should be good. Hey Carbon, how's it going? This is fine. Okay. Doing fine, that's good. That's good. Excuse me. I was gonna say let's get started, but I knew that was coming, so I had to wait for that. Alright. Okay. Now let's get started. Evening, Kira. How you doing? Getting started right about now. So I'd like to say that after the last part, I would probably be feeling slightly better given the graceful form of Saizo's swan dive into the treadmill on the last part, but I have to consider the fact that while I've been gone for a full day in between episodes, Saizo has been sitting here in suspended animation, essentially on the same moment, and we're entering the same moment as he came back to the cafe at the end of the last part. It's a wonder, sort of, that he isn't standing there with the first aid kit sitting on one of the tables with his entire head wrapped in bandages, considering what happened, but I suppose we'll just have to see if we can slough it off today. And with that out of the way, how you doing, everybody? Welcome back to Persona 5, the Stream Edition. Last time, we started to spend some of our extra free time after finally getting a hold of that treasure demon, Hope Diamond, that I was looking for. We did a bunch of fusing, we went on a couple of dates, we hung out with a bunch of our friends, and now we're going to continue that until the end of the day on the 17th, which is only a couple of days away, because after that is Shido's change of heart, and ideally, once that happens, everything gets hunky-dory, he gets tried, I get off scot-free for all the probationary stuff, and then everything goes back to, well, relatively normal. So I'm doing good, Kira. I'm doing good. So we'll continue with this. Tonight we have another date with Chihaya because we already itemized Hope Diamond for both Ryuji and Yusuke, right? Yes, we did. Okay. So we have another date with Chihaya, but before we go ahead and do that, I'd like to stop at the Velvet Room because I need to strengthen Lakshmi with Arsene in order to ensure that she gets either Aha or Spellmaster. Whichever one she gets, I'm deleting Life Aid for it, and then we'll strengthen her again tomorrow if need be, so that she can end up with Invigorate 2 and Spellmaster in her skill list. So that's that. Hopefully today Chihaya just wants to take it easy on the date there, that we're not going anywhere like super strenuous. Not that we would, that would be anything that actually happens in the game, but I suppose it's always a possibility. Oh, excuse me. And I've done some calculating off-screen in that Queen's Necklace that we made last time, and my misgivings about not being able to get all the skills that everybody has at the end game. Don't have to worry about that anymore, because likely we will gain plenty of experience from fighting the optional boss fight that we can fight at the very end of the game before we fight the final boss. Now I'll explain what I'm going to do with that when we get a little closer, but for now we're not quite there yet. So, in the interim, let's go and sell ourselves under the bridge again. And then go from there. Speaking of things that the stream has talked about in the past, I've been thinking about because you can set up custom
You'd
emojis
like to read the
for
compendium?
if you
Read
are for people who are subscribers, and I've been
This
thinking about
episode-
setting up custom emojis based on some of the roles that we have on the Discord server there, like having a custom houseplant emoji that you could use on there, having a custom August, like a chibi August face or something you could use as an emoji in my Twitch chat. I don't know yet. These are just ideas that I've been kicking around, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna like commission someone to make these or if I'm just gonna make them myself. I'll have to figure that out. But I think that would be an okay idea. Have those around as a little memory of our past experiences in these games that I'm playing on here.
The inmate needs our power requires sacrifice. Is that enough?
This is the pot. Let these
Let's see if
powers
Lakshmi gets
unite.
Spellmaster out of this whole mess. Houseplant would be sweet, but who's the true houseplant? That's the question. Nobody has vouched for the role on the Discord server just yet. So there may eventually be more than one, depending on who wants that role. We got Spellmaster out of that, so now Lakshmi is done, and that means everybody is done. Cool.
Finished? Are you finished?
I do need to switch her skill list around, though, just so Spellmaster is where I want it to be. There we go. And now, we're pretty much good. And, you know, to be honest with you, I don't even know if I want to strengthen all of my personas again by the end game. I might just do it, but if I'm going to do it again, I'm going to strengthen them, like, once between now and the end game, so... Intriguing, yes.
Done already.
The position, well, the role is still open,
No
so...
slacking off.
Okay, so we strengthen Lakshmi with our sense. Now let's go hang out with Chihaya for the last date in her little cycle, because after this, if you decide to hang out with her, she just hangs out over here and you do like fortune-telling readings with her, or basically just slack off for however long they hang out for, which there's nothing wrong with that. It's just not unique, because we've done that in the past with her during her confidence. So let's get this last unique one out of the way, and then we'll go from there. Yeah, verification test, What about that Ferris wheel? Well, let's not do it someday, let's do it today then. Sitting around on a cable car that just goes around in a big loop seems like a decent idea today, especially considering I'm still nursing my face from the gym earlier.
Yes.
Aren't the buildings over there, though? Oh, maybe there's buildings on the other side, too. Isn't that kind of what the stars would be? Maybe we should look in a different direction so we can actually see the stars over the city lights. No, I don't think it did. Oh, well, I mean, this is kind of your home now, so... Well, you belong someplace now, Chihaya. You got a place here in Shibuya. And you have Saizo, so yeah, you know. Well, good.
Just a little longer.
I mean, okay, if you want. Oh, we got her a gift, too. Some flowers for her new glass vase. Keep the star mirror for the Christmas Eve present.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Just get those in some water with some plant nutrients, which is basically just table sugar, and she'll be fine.
I love you.
Oh, she said those words. We committed now. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. No going back now, Saizo. You have taken her heart. Tied down, yes. She's gonna latch me to her like, I don't know a good metaphor for this. A good simile for this situation.
You should write something.
I don't know what you would latch down. Anyway. Well, we've got 2 more days left. We've got 2 more party members to hang out with, and we can make curry tonight and coffee tomorrow night. And we have 1 fusion to itemize, which we'll do today. So let's go do that. Come on, Morgana, we got things to do. Oh, and we also have to feed Houseplant Waifu before the end of the free time there, but that's going to be tomorrow night, so. And we have to go get our tomatoes tomorrow as well, so I gotta remember that. Where are we going? We're gonna hang out with Yusuke today, but before we go hang out with him, let's go to the Velvet Room again. Do the second to last fusion that I'm going to do in this entire run. It's crazy. It feels like well, I don't want to say it feels like just yesterday that I started this, but it doesn't feel like the end, basically. I don't know how that works, considering it is December in the game, but it doesn't feel like we're as close to the end of the game as we are. Probably because I've been sort of, what's it called, like, just treading water in terms of getting to the end of the game in the past few episodes. There's been a lot to do in the past, like, 4 or 5 streams in terms of, like, fighting and, you know, free time and that sort of stuff. So maybe it just feels like I'm not getting as close as I could be. I don't really know how to describe it.
Hey, inmate.
Anyway, in we go for the second to last time. You know, other than registering people, which we'll probably do later as well. I did register Lakshmi, speaking of
You'd like
which,
to
right?
read the compendium?
Yeah, I did. Okay. So what do I need
Read
for this
here.
second to last fusion? Excuse me. Oh, this is going to be a big punch to my wallet.
Is this
We
what
need to
you
buy
want?
Metatron back.
You'll withdraw this persona, then accept this persona.
And we need to fuse him with Raphael, which
this
means
what
I
you
just
want?
spent a
A
cool
fuse required.
140,000 yen
Then
like
accept this persona.
that. So that's great. Back under the bridge again.
Inmate needs our
We can
fusion.
fuse these two together. So we will fuse the what was his official role? The Angel of Contracts with one of these other angels in the 4 major archangels. Yeah. Group? I don't know what their official title would be. But we can fuse them together to create the ultimate judgment persona, Satan.
A strong persona indeed.
Go figure, one of the last personas we're gonna fuse in a game about fusing demons together is basically the demon himself, so. At least in terms of, like they said, Judeo-Christian lore, so.
You wish for more power.
And I'm sure, oh yeah, almost 200,000 yen down the drain from that too, so
Just the
yep.
skills you'd like
There
to
goes
use.
my wallet. Very Geiger. I don't know who Geiger is, unfortunately, but yeah, his design is pretty ridiculous there. It's not exactly sleek, but in that same way, it's sort of cool, you know, in a way. I try to use that as gently as I possibly can because it is Satan, so calling Satan cool has some repercussions with certain religious groups that may or may not like me anymore. But yeah, I suppose that's not a big deal. But yeah, he's very eldritch looking, I guess is the best way I can describe him. He looks very not so much Cthulhu-like, but just like not like a god, like more so than a god, more so than a deity figure, basically, in that picture. I don't know really how to describe it, so. Oh, he designed the xenomorphs from Alien. Okay. Yeah, I can kind of see that then, now that I'm looking at him. Yeah, I can see that. I'm surprised you aren't flipping people off when you do your action there, Satan. That's sort of what it looked like, but... But he does have an exclusive skill that you can't get anywhere else. Black Viper, which is an almighty damaging spell that might actually be halfway decent because it's basically like a level 4 almighty spell, and it hits 1 foe. So it probably deals halfway decent damage, like about as much as a level 3 elemental skill of other elemental skill lists, but again, it's not really great. I'm gonna probably keep it on him because why the hell not? But we don't need Invigorate 3 because we have SP adhesives for that, so we'll get rid of that. Fortify Spirits, I'd rather have Regenerate 3 and Invigorate 2 on him than that, so let's get rid of that too. And Concentrate, well, Concentrate would be pretty good. Maybe I will get rid of Regenerate 3 for that, because I kind of want Angelic Grace and Ali Dance on him at the same time. It just seems fitting, I guess. So we'll get rid of Regenerate 3. He gets Drain Ice at 98, but don't really need that. He already repels ice, so it's fine. And that's that. So let's just fix his skills real quick.
Done already?
Register him and then go from there. Yeah, it is. It's cool how he uses ice attacks like that. I think they had a lot of their inspiration for some of the Judeo-Christian stuff that they have in these games anyway, in the Shin Megami Tensei series. A lot of the inspiration was taken from Dante's Inferno, I think, because in Nocturne as well, like which is another game in the Shin Megami Tensei series that I'll be playing eventually, Lucifer is one of the major bosses that you fight in the game, and he uses ice spells instead of any other element, like no fire spells, nothing. He uses ice spells along with like stuff that deals almighty damage and blah 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 blah, and stuff that's like status ailments, physical attacks that like always critical hit you. It's interesting, but yes, they stick with the ice theme, so it sort of does give you that Dante's Inferno feeling, which is never a bad thing. Dante's Inferno is one of my favorite works, personally. Favorite classical works, that is. So I can definitely dig it. Yeah, fire might be a little too on the nose. I agree with you there.
You certainly...
Justine, are you sure?
I will admit this, though, despite the fact that Dante's Inferno is one of my favorite classical works there, I have never read the other two in the Divine Comedy series there. I think there's one for Purgatory, if I remember right, and there's one for Heaven, and I've never read either of them, so I think I might have to dig into some older books for that in order to do that at one point or another. I just have to find the time. But anyway, we won't have Satan for very long because we're actually going to itemize him into probably the best armor that you can get for the guys in the game, and I'm not going to get it for the other guys because there's a little bit other armor that you can get that's also pretty good. But for the main character, you can't get much better than the Tantric Oath, which reduces all magic damage highly. And I think when they say highly, if it's anything like high counter, it means that it reduces magic damage by about 20%, which is a pretty decent margin. You end up being able to survive like one more magic attack than you normally would because of it. So it'll really help us out. Granted, it's not evade all magic damage high, but take what you can get.
This may prove somewhat extreme.
You've read to read any of them, but you have basic. Well, that's not really a big deal. I mean, the basic understanding is really all that you need. Although I personally read Inferno myself for one of my humanities classes, and so that's why, because we've gone so in depth with it in that class, that's sort of why I'm almost fascinated by it, really, to be honest with you, which is sort of again a weird thing to say about a book about satanical figures and the different circles of hell and blah blah blah. It's just interesting lore all around, really. I think he invented a very interesting world for his characters to be inside of, and that's where I think I can sort of dig it. But that's it. We've itemized Satan. We are done fusing until the ending day of the game. Well, pretty much the ending day. I'll explain that when we get there. But we basically don't have to go back into the Velvet Room until then, so that's the thing. But we will put on the new Tantric Oath that we got. Yeah, much better on the defense, much better on the evasion, and the reduced magic damage is, of course, always nice. So let's put that on instead of the Fluted Guard. We lose a little agility, but it's not a huge deal. So, I was going to go sell my stuff that I have sitting in my bag from Mementos and stuff, but we really don't need to do that just yet. I don't need the money for anything now that I'm done with all the fusions and stuff. So despite the fact that we're living under a bridge, we're still pulling away from all of this with a cool 1.7 million yen in our pocket, which is, I think I did the math on it, and it's like $11,000 or $12,000 or something like that, US dollars that is. So it's not a bad paycheck, all things considered. Sure, I can kill time. Let's go kill time. Okay, let's hang out with Yusuke today.
Well,
let's go somewhere fun.
yes.
Well, as much as I wouldn't mind going someplace that simply titillates the imagination there, Yusuke, I also happen to know that Blue Yusuke needs food badly, so we're going back to Ogakubo with him, since it's he needs to eat, man. He's a starving artist, literally. So let's get him some decent food in him, okay? Well, yeah, at the mention of food, somebody who has that kind of low income that you do, it would make sense that you'd suddenly feel, oh, you know, I'm kind of hungry, actually. We should probably go. Well, here we are. Yes, and it's frickin' good, man. You can ask Ryuji, it's great. Oh, then you've never eaten light ramen like this. Just give it a second. Well. I see you like their light ramen a little better. I think I've started something. Now he's gonna have to come back here. Well, we got him a good hearty meal, so that's always a good thing. Yeah, you should be with all that fancy wording, Yusuke. That should be like your side job. You could be a connoisseur of food. You'd never go hungry. Exactly. Well, yeah, I think you need a sponsor from somebody in order to be a food critic, if I remember right. I'm not really on the up and up about that. You got me on that one. Be a cool job though. Get to travel all over the place and eat food well, not all day, but eat other random food and stuff. I mean, I personally, my stomach, I don't know if I could handle it without taking like oil of oregano and papaya enzyme and probiotics and all that other stuff, because I did some research, and since I got my appendix removed, I don't have some of the good intestine bacteria that sort of digests everything for me, so sometimes that can lead to some serious cramping. But yeah, it would probably be fine. I'd make it work. Well, I'm glad, Yusuke.
Let us return home.
Alright, sounds good.
Okay.
Got him some good food in him. And tonight we don't need to do anything with Lakshmi because she already got Spellmaster, so that's done, that's done, that's done. But there are curry ingredients waiting for me when I get home, so that'll be good. Oh, somebody must be going to the Meiji Shrine to pray for it. Or they're just yelling at people on the street to vote for him, which probably isn't going to do what they are hoping. Oh, it's actually Shido's like political car. Okay. Well, that's just great.
Ah, you're back.
Yep, and guess what I'm doing tonight, boss? I'm using your stove. We'll make some more coffee in a little bit. But first, let's check the fridge. Any, like, frozen yogurt in here since it's a cold day or something?
What do you want to do?
Apparently not. Well, let's make some curry.
Make
Practice my craft a little bit. We'll probably do this more on the New Game Plus stuff, because that way we can get all of the different things that you can get the let me explain parts, so. Oh, speaking of yogurt,
Let me explain.
one of the secret ingredients you can put in curry, apparently, is yogurt. I've never tried that, of course, but then again, I've never tried curry, period, so. This cultured dairy product is used to add acidity, richness, and sweetness to the curry. It also balances out the spice level. Common in India, the home of curry, yogurt is a good source of protein, probiotics, and it strengthens the immune system. Not bad. Oh, I don't think so, Morgana. There's enough spice in here to turn anything a nice bright shade of orange, so. Let's try it. Must be pretty good.
Yes. All right.
Oh,
Stick it in a Tupperware container, my furry friend. We got some master curry.
well then.
What do you mean? Well, actually, no, for him, it's a big day. We're hanging out with Anne, so of course it's a big day for Morgana. We also need to go get our tomatoes and stuff.
Well then.
Yep, and the outcome will be happening tomorrow, so we just gotta while away this day. Yep, exactly. Okay, well, first things first. Well, let's save it
I'll just
first
add
before we
this.
do anything else.
Oh.
Give the houseplant some nutrients before I leave. One last bit of nutrients we'll give it. Super kindness.
Whoa.
We're good to go in that regard. Alright, let's go pick up our tomatoes. We'll go hang out with Anne. And then we've got some coffee to make tonight so that I can see if I can finally convince Boss that I'm okay at making coffee. Probably not going to happen, though. Hey, John, how's it going? Welcome, my friend, to the stream again. We're still playing this. We're almost done, but we're still playing this. Oh, I guess I should mention while we're walking to our destination there. In terms of like behind the scenes stuff and in terms of like some technical stuff, there was some wording in the stream suggestions document that upon further investigation by myself, I decided to reword it. Basically, previously what I had it worded as, it made it so that if you had a suggestion on the shortlist, I wanted you to both be subscribed when you suggested it, and also be subscribed when I got to your suggestion, or else I would like basically skip over it. And I realized that in a way that sort of makes it sound like I'm holding your suggestion hostage, and I don't like that concept at all. So I removed that wording. So now you only need to be subscribed when you suggest the game, and it will be on the shortlist regardless of whether you decide to stay subscribed or not, because I don't feel like holding people's suggestions hostage at all. Like that just left a bad taste in my mouth when I really looked at it. I looked at it and I was like, well, really, in a way, that's sort of what it sounds like, and I don't like that at all. So I changed the wording on that. Basically, I want two things out of it. I don't want people to feel like they have to stay subscribed in order for me to do their suggestion, one. And two, I don't want to give myself an incentive to say, well, you know, if I have people subscribe, I can sort of do this as a supplementary thing on the side, because that's not what this is about. This isn't about me having supplementary income. This is about me taking 3 hours when I would be playing video games anyway and just playing them for other people, so... Anyway, let's check in with Haru there to get our vegetables. Oh, you're at work watching the stream? Gotcha. Don't let nobody see that at work, though. I don't want you getting in trouble. Well, yeah, I don't want you getting in trouble because you want to watch. I mean, I appreciate it, but... So... Yeah, I think it'd be better this way than it was the other way. Like, I think it's better to do it this way so that it doesn't feel so forced, almost. I feel like it was less of a thing to say thank you to people and more of an incentive to keep them coming back and subscribing. And I was like, that's fucked. I need to stop. So. Oh, music. Okay, gotcha. I mean, I pretty much understood what you meant there, Kira, so. Oh, you're a fast screen swapper? Gotcha. Got to Alt-Tab. That's the easiest way myself that I know of. Let's put in more tomatoes. Oh, you're going to ask for an explanation? Yeah. Yeah, it was... oh, for Kira's. Okay. Gotcha. Okay, and these tomatoes should be done on the 22nd, which well, conveniently enough, even though the change of heart occurs tomorrow, we will have free time on the last day of our exams, which are coming up next week. So we'll have to go from there.
Okay.
Oh, did you?
That's
cool. That's cool, John. I probably would have seen the plane. Well, it depends. It depends on when you were flying over, but if you flew over while I was at work, I might have heard the plane go over, because when I'm working now, most of the time, if it was during the week, I'm usually down working at an office pretty close to the falls, so I probably heard the plane go over at some point. I mean, of course, you guys were at like 35,000 feet, so that would have made a bit of a difference in whether or not I could hear it, but yeah, you know what I mean. So we got our tomatoes, we took care of the plant, we gotta go hang out with Anne, and then we gotta decorate the room and make coffee tonight. Okay. It was on a Thursday. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I was probably at work while you were doing it, so. Okay, and here we go. We got to go to the underground mall, so... And let's hang out today. You're the last of our
Oh yeah.
teammates that we need to hang out with before the end of our free time. So, let's hang out. And go somewhere fun.
Okay.
Somewhere popular. Well, we did read about Harajuku, so let's check that out. We haven't gone there just yet, so let's take a look. Oh, you're able to resubscribe today? Okay, gotcha. Gotcha. Well, it's fine, John. You're cool. Your suggestion is already on the list, so you're good, basically. So it doesn't matter. I don't know exactly how Twitch's subscription service works. I know that you have to resubscribe after, like, manually every certain number of days, but yeah, you're good. You're good, man. Oh, okay, gotcha, Kira. Gotcha. More punky style stuff. That sounds cool, though. I'm glad you're working on it, basically, because I know we've talked about that you wanted to work on it for a little while, so I'm glad you're working on it.
Okay, let's get going. Hey.
Oh, okay. So am I just helping carry the bags today, Anne, or what? Well, what gives anybody the right to be here? It's a public space, isn't it? Okay. Well, you gotta take the back aisles there, Anne. That's how you get around all the salespeople. I mean, we could have just people watched in the underground mall if you really wanted to just do that. No, they'll look at both of us weirdly, Anne, because they're like, why are these people staring at us? What the hell? Although, I don't imagine... I can't really see you coming here by yourself, I guess. Oh, okay. And, well, she can't exactly go out now, so... True.
Hey.
Gotcha. Well, yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad that it's coming along well for you. It's good. Well, probably, Anne. I mean, you know, you can't really tell depending on the person, so... I mean, I guess. A little bit of a tangent, Anne. Speaking of tangents, let's watch a couple beat each other up. That sounds like a great idea. Oh, what'd you get? An idol poster, huh? I'll have to check that out when we go to the... Oh, dear God. I have the star mirror still in my... Yeah, no, let's not give that to Anne. No, thank you.
Let's get back.
Gotta hold on to that one.
Well then.
Yep, tomorrow is a big day because of Shido's change of heart, so we'll have to check that out. Well, weren't we saying that everybody's treating it like some big kind of party there, Futaba? Excuse me, don't know where that came from. Right. I don't think he can blow off a change of heart, Ryuji. Let's hold off. Let's not draw too much unwanted attention to ourselves. Yeah. And that's when the change of heart will happen, knowing our luck. Right, so tomorrow night we gotta tune in. Yep, that's all we can do now. Okay, well, before we make coffee tonight for our final night of freedom, I guess? I never did wash my hands. Should probably go do that. Now that I've already gone somewhere with somebody with fertilizer all over my fingers, that's disgusting. My bad. Maybe I won't tell Anne that part. Okay, so let's decorate the room a little bit. Let's put up some of the other decorations we've gotten in the past couple of days. Giant spatula's already there. Shoe my cushion can't go next to the lamp, so we won't put that there. Let's put up our tourist t-shirt. There it is, over on the desk there. And then we got an idol poster as well. These are both up already, and those are up. Let's put that on the wall. Ah, we found the cameo poster. All right. That's cool. I wonder what Chihaya is going to think of that poster. Oh, God. Okay, well, anyway. Now let's go downstairs. There's no curry ingredients tonight, but we can make coffee. So let's see if we can impress Boss on this last night of freedom there. Tomatoes, plants, hang with hand, coffee. Yep, all done. Okay, let's make coffee. I'm totally trying to impress you, Boss, actually. Gotta perfect the craft that you've passed on to me.
Yes. All right.
Well, it is Master Coffee, so I imagine it's probably fairly delicious. Guess I had some nostalgia for the Hawaii trip, didn't I?
Let me explain.
Let me explain. So we used American Hawaiian Kona in the coffee this time. A Hawaiian treat. Because of the rarity and price of Kona beans, a Kona blend only needs to contain 10% Kona beans. A 100% Kona coffee roast is quite expensive, or as we've put it multiple times through the playthrough, very expensive. Good Kona coffee is known to have a rich flavor, bright acidity, and a complex aroma. That sounds way too intense. Like, I don't even know how that would taste, to be honest, just from reading that. Yeah, still bland, damn. Wow, small world for you guys over there. It's interesting though how, you know, people from all over the place can sort of have from similar interests in certain things, like with music in this case. You can sort of all of a sudden be like, oh well, you know, I actually knew the people who were in this band, and it's just interesting how everyone's world just sort of connects that way. You know what I mean? I don't mean to interrupt you guys there. I'm just reading as you're talking about it, and that's just my little interjection there. Well, we're doing hard work, like he said, on the coffee, and at least he enjoys the coffee, so that's a good thing.
Well then.
Yeah, now we do have a big day tomorrow, because here comes the change of heart. Let's see if this actually works, or whether or not... No, it's fine. You guys can keep going. It's cool. It was interesting to read all of that stuff, so I'm definitely, it's definitely cool. Keep going if you want. My tastes, I'm still on video game music, to be honest with you, man. I don't really have too much time to kind of look into other mediums in terms of music. I guess I do technically have the time to do it. It's just I never really bother. I've kind of stuck with the same stuff for a while. Pretty much the same playlist that I had when I was at Geneseo. I still have it. It's just been expanded upon since then. Got like 125 songs in it now, as opposed to the, I think, 30 or 40 I had in there when I was in Geneseo. So the one with the cool guitar intro. Oh, I was just talking about that with somebody. Yeah, Makinai Supremacy's Dark City. Because he's looking for a clone hero. He's making a clone hero playlist. And one of the guys that I'm subscribed to on YouTube, and he wanted to know some songs that he could put in there, and I suggested it to him, and he said, yeah, I've actually got a Makinai Supremacy song already on the list, but I'll consider it. And I thought it was, apparently it's not as complex to play on Clone Hero as it is on like on actual guitar, because I know you guys had to practice a ton just to get the intro down for that. So I still feel vindictive asking you guys to play that too, because I know you guys practice so hard to do it. Oh, I was a bit of an ass about it, I'll be honest. I'm sorry. Okay, well, Shido's feeling better than he was. At least he's not, like, blacked out or quote-unquote sick anymore. Oh, you needed it? Okay. You had something to practice on then. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I'll be honest, I listen to a little bit of everything. I don't really have any particular stations that I listen to. I do know that like my parents, they have satellite radio in the car, and they have this R&B and soul station on the satellite radio that they listen to all the time. So I've kind of just been going along with that lately, and I don't really know any of the musicians that are on there very well. It's mostly like 70s and 80s stuff. So that's been, I guess, the closest thing I've had to like a musical fixation in the past like year or so. Yeah, good variety is key, I think. Just depends on the mood, depends on how I'm feeling that day, all that other stuff, so. Not super elitist, but border. Okay, gotcha. That's interesting, though. It's cool also how your tastes sort of change, like, as you get older. Like, I used to mostly listen to, like, contemporary stuff primarily, like when I was in high school and then the first couple of years of college. I was really into just, like, I mean, it was a little bit of everything, but I was more into, like, like, let me try to think of a few bands. I was more into, like, I guess almost the punkier stuff. No, not punkier stuff. It was a mixture of, like, punk and metal stuff. Like, Story of the Year was my jam back in, like, 2009, 2010, 2011. Like, well, really all through high school, and then in the first couple of years of college, they were my jam, along with Dark New Day was also good. But there was a ton. And then as I'm getting older now, I'm starting to appreciate more classic stuff, like I said, 70s and 80s music, and even going back further than that, like since I started playing Fallout, like Fallout 4 was my first Fallout, and I've really started to appreciate, like, music from the 40s and 50s way more than I would have if I had never played the game. So it's just interesting how tastes change, you know what I mean? So... All right, let's see if the Prime Minister has his change of heart on public television here. Oh, okay. Gotcha, Kira. Yeah, well, it's interesting how it changes just depending on your situation and your tastes and everything like that. So, but yeah, I can definitely see it was probably, I mean, I don't want to pry into your personal business there, but it just, I feel like it may have been something that you struggled with almost, just by the way that you're saying it there. It feels like music was almost like your taste in music may have been a bit of a struggle for you. So, from deathcore to Backstreet Boys, that's a big shift, John. But yeah, I totally can see that, because I basically did the same, not with the exact same bands, but I went from, like, more metal-y and screamo-y stuff. All of a sudden I'm listening to, like, 70s R&B, and it's like, where did the space between them go, you know what I mean? So, well, we weren't changing the public's heart there, Makoto, but we'll see. Yeah, it might be coming after he gets elected, which might be problematic, but we'll see how it goes. Oh, never showed up. I thought it showed up on those... We hacked into the TV stations. Oh, okay. Yeah, Shido probably did, or his subordinates probably paid them off to be like, yeah, you can't show that at all. If you do, we're going to kill you. We'll take you off the air. Oh, so you think there might be somebody else? Yeah, let's just see what happens with the change of heart there. Yeah, well, it's a lifelong journey, Kira. That's all I can, really. You never really come to terms with a perfect image of who you are. You know what I mean? It's one of the factors of basic human struggle, I guess. We all struggle with the meaning that we keep for ourselves all through our lives, I think. So I can totally understand. But hey, Omega Theory, how's it going? talking about music stuff right now in the chat as we're waiting for Shido's change of heart over here. So, gonna happen in a couple of minutes. Oh, it's daytime and the polls are already getting some results, huh? Usually they don't tally up the votes and stuff like that in the United States until like late at night. Oh boy. That's all it is. You just keep working towards it, Kira. That's all. You know, I don't think you ever really get there. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think you ever really get to that ideal point. But I think the interim, the journey to getting to that point, is where all the meaning in your. This is very like introspective and like wise beyond my years for me to say, because I have no idea. But from what I understand, it's the experiences that you have along the way to finding meaning for yourself that create the meaning. But that's about as philosophical as I can go without sounding completely pretentious and hypocritical, because I don't know. So you have 3 of the notes from Final Palace. Okay, gotcha. So you're getting there, man. You're getting there. I don't know if you want to watch this part then, though. You might want to look away from the screen and mute your thing so that you don't see the serious spoilers that can come from this. Although you kind of know for the Final Palace that he's going to have a change of heart, right? Like, that's not that much of a spoiler, right? It's up to you, man. You do you. If you feel like this isn't going to spoil you too much, then keep on watching. I would say I'll let you know when it's safe to watch again, but if you mute the stream, I can't really do that. So, anyway. Yeah, that's about what it is there, Omega Theory. That's the line of thought that I'm kind of subscribed to at this point. That it's sort of a day-to-day decision thing, you know what I mean? And you just find meaning in all of that stuff. So, still gonna beat the game yourself? Yeah, no, I don't want to take that away from you for sure. It's a great game, and I wouldn't want anybody to not beat it because they're watching me play it. But so, oh, and making dinner too. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, definitely beat the game yourself. I just don't want to spoil you if you don't want to be, spoiled. So. So he's basically a shoo-in. Yeah, that's a good way to put it there, Omega Theory, I think. So.
My election is the result of every citizen's aid. Your support warms my heart.
That's why I have to share with all of you today that I am an incompetent fraud who lied to all of you, and you've all made a terrible decision electing me.
I knew it was gonna be Shido.
There is no reason to hold an election.
Yeah, that's part of the discourse of a democracy, lady.
That is why.
That is exactly why. I cannot forgive myself. The reason President Okumura passed away is I am the one who killed him.
Yeah, not exactly, but you paid someone to do it.
I manipulated the information that the Phantom Thieves were behind the series of incidents.
Oh
The one
boy.
who controlled the hearts of others and gave rise to the countless victims is myself. It was all for my own promotion. For my own selfish gain.
What's going on?
And total anarchy ensues.
I used people's lives as stepping stones in order to claim this country as my own ship.
Yeah, that's all it is there, Omega Theory. Like we've been saying in the playthrough here, forward with conviction,
I am a true criminal that can be tried for any crime, and it still wouldn't be enough. I will confess everything. Please. I beg everyone to pass judgment on me. I could atone for all I've done with my life. I request that I be judged at once.
Oh boy. And now everyone scrambles.
This can't be true! Shido-san!
What the hell did you expect him to say? He's like a politician. There's no chance of him not being corrupt. Come on.
Hell yeah!
Meanwhile, we're all celebrating as the country falls apart around LeBlanc. Great.
Allow me to say a few words. Now then,
You gotta tink the glass with a spoon if you want to do that there, boss.
He started taking charge. Come now, don't be that way.
like, if you're gonna complain, say it to Shido. A legislator's pin's worth almost nothing.
Well, yeah, I guess that's true. We
Well,
couldn't exactly sell it.
Since the source of evil Masayoshi Shido has been...
I got to avenge my mom. It's all thanks to everyone.
And here come the waterworks.
I was able to settle a debt in regard to my father as well. We all worked so hard for this.
Here we go.
Shido's guilty, right, sis?
It'll be difficult to prosecute him immediately. But I'll do this thoroughly until the causality between his other crimes can be proven. I believe Wakaba-san's research results will save Japan.
Okay, well that's a
You
good
could
sign.
testify too, you know?
As the Phantom Thieves, you mean, or?
Thank you, but I'll be fine. I don't want to add any more unwanted suspicions on any of you.
Yeah, we've got enough on our plate, as at least Saizo does, as it is.
It's about time you let us adults prove that we can get our act together.
Okay.
Hey, so what about this guy's education?
I believe it'll be fine for him to return to school.
Oh, okay, cool.
It's true that your face will be recognized among those involved. But I doubt they'll take a firm action like suddenly coming to arrest him.
Of course, why would they?
At least they won't do it until the uproar with your suicide and Shido's confession have died down.
So, like, a week from now is what you're saying. Great.
Eventually, though, the situation where you and I will be used as scapegoats can't be avoided.
Yeah.
You mean in regard to faking his death?
Mm-hmm.
That wouldn't have happened to begin with had the police done their job properly.
Well, that's why they're gonna try to cover it up, boss, by probably throwing me back in jail.
Of course, I plan on doing everything I can.
Well, you can only do so much, though, Sai. You're a prosecutor. Like, you can't suddenly flip over and become a defense attorney, not without, like, seriously changing your life plans.
I will protect you all this time. Prosecuting Shido is that first step.
Okay.
Hey, when are we going to make the toast?
There's a toast.
Right. Let's get to it.
Okay.
Today is truly...
Cheers!
Ryuji, that's...
Wait, hey!
Cheers.
I'll skip over all the bullshit, I guess.
I need to go. It seems Shido's been transferred to a hospital.
Man, that was fast.
Oh, one more thing. It's fine to celebrate, but keep it in moderation, okay? Considering that he's finally back, all of you need to take your education seriously again.
You mean they weren't before? Yeah, I definitely gotta head out west, John. I'm seriously, strongly, I really need to go. I'm definitely trying to make sure I save enough money for in the the fall and the winter so that I can head out west that way. So I will definitely be taking you up on that offer. I just need to make sure I have enough money to get there first. I really wish that the stock investments that I have would return on interest, because they've been in the negative for like since I put them in, like a little after I put them in, like a month after I put them in, they just dropped into the negative and they haven't returned on interest yet. Like they keep going up a little, up a little, up a little, and then they drop again. And I'm just like, oh, come on, I want to take the money back out. I don't want to touch it until it returns on interest, but I can't take it out yet because it hasn't yet. I guess maybe I'm just stingy with money. I don't know. Huh. That is a little weird. Yeah, that is a little strange. I wonder why they wouldn't be talking about it. We figured there'd be like a huge... I mean, I figured there'd be absolute anarchy in the streets. Like there'd be riots tonight because of the shit that we did. Oh boy. Really? Okay. Yeah, well, that would be like them, you know, denouncing the current government regime, so... Okay, see what they're up to, Mishima. I don't know, but it's probably going to do better than our current poll question. Like, our current one isn't doing very hot on the popularity sense of things. Yeah, he can do the HR stuff. We'll just keep doing what we're doing. We'll try to live normally. Should have gone with weed in the stocks. Yeah, I really should. Well, see, the stocks that I have right now, they're with Betterment, so it's an online company that does like stock exchange and all that sort of stuff. They have my Roth IRA currently, and they have stocks, like they have a general stock investment profile for me. So they pick where the money goes, and I don't think that's I've done enough research now in the interim since I did that with them to know that's a terrible idea. And it's not good now because I want to take the money back out so I can put it into things that I actually want to put it into, but I can't until it returns on interest because then I'd be losing money, and that's not a good idea, and it's just it's like a death spiral basically, and it's not good. I probably just got to take the hit at some point, so I'll probably do that. I should have done it like 2 weeks ago, man. I was only like $80 in the red. And I should have just pulled it out there. I should have been like, you know what? I'll cut my losses. I'll take the $80 loss. I'll pull it out. I'll put it into what I want to put it into, and then hopefully start making money again. But I didn't. I didn't take it out, and it was a one-day thing. It went from like $80 in the red to like $300 in the red. I was like, fuck. So, oh, my bad. But never gonna get ahead this way. That's all I know. Oh, and Yoshida's contacting us again. Apparently he wasn't in the Unified Future Party, or whichever one Shido was in there. Yeah, well, I mean, it's not a terrible drop there, Kira. I mean, some people, like, a few people that I know of that I've been chatting with in the stock investment circle have lost tens of thousands of dollars in just the past, like, couple of years because their stocks have tanked from our economy fluctuating so much, but, I don't have that much money into it yet. I'm not exactly that rich yet, so can't really go into it that much. I'm doing pretty decent on my Roth IRA, though. I'm keeping that well stocked for my retirement, so hopefully that stays good. Yeah, we're both gonna have to work hard because, well, things are gonna be weird from here on out. And not to burst anyone's bubble in the party, but we have exams in 2 days, so we're gonna have to do something about that. Let's have a chat with Morgana here. I can go back to school tomorrow, so that's a good thing. Let's check out the TV, see if we can see what we're talking about where nobody's talking about that stuff. Yeah, they're not talking about us at all. Well, I know she will, but there's no reaction. It's not like before where they've just sort of covered it up or anything like that, and the what's it called? Everything has lost my train of thought. Sorry. So it's not like before where everyone's tried to cover it up and then they've reported on it anyway. There's just no reaction. Huh. Oh, yeah, okay, gotcha, Kira. I don't know, you gotta spend money to make money, that's the thing, and so that's why I kind of decided, you know what, I'm gonna try to take control of my own future and work on stocks and stuff like that, but so far, it hasn't exactly worked out for me. Is that Teddy at the top of the Kumade there? In the top right corner, up on the top of the Kumade, is that Teddy from Persona 4, really? I didn't know there were 2 cameos. What the hell? That's fantastic. I didn't know that he would make a cameo in here too. I just saw it as we were getting into bed there. That's great. Yeah, if it's not him, then it's super simple. Maybe like, well, because this is like what?
No shackles on you anymore.
A couple of years after Persona 4, right? So maybe he just became like the official mascot of Junes, and so now he's just in the Kumade. Maybe they had like a stand at. Where'd we go? Asakusa? Maybe they have a stand or something over there, and that's what that's all about. It is Teddy. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, maybe he's just like the official sponsor now, or the official mascot, rather, of Junes in the interim, so... Yeah, Freddy, legally distinct, yep. Because Teddy has that little copyright logo next to his name, so...
We changed the heart of someone huge, like the next Prime Minister. There's no better finale than that.
I hope so.
This may be the opportune time to end our deal.
Well,
I'm sure you'll be fine now. You can manage without me being with you.
well, that's not the point anymore, though, Morgana. You being here is because you're my friend. What are you trying to say, dude? Slow down, back up. We went about 6 paces too far here.
Don't worry. I won't leave immediately.
Yes, that is true, Omega Theory. You do go to the school from P3, so I guess they kind of are creeping references into this game in certain ways. Like that was a cameo in that game, so in this game it makes sense that they would try to cameo. In some ways, it's a little more subtle in this game though than in P4, but I don't mind it. I like it. It sort of makes the universe feel coherent from one game to another. You know what I mean? Rather than just being like separate strings of reality.
But if I just stay here, I won't recall anything.
Well, right, but that's why we were trying to get to the bottom of Mementos, so that you could recall something.
I'm a bit envious of you. Here I am. Still haven't found anything about myself. If only I could find out what's in the depths of Mementos.
Well, maybe the lock on that door that was down there is unlocked now. We can go check. After exams.
Go to sleep. You must be tired.
Well, I can't go to sleep if you curl up right on top of where I'm going to be resting my chest. So I'm gonna have to move you, dude.
I can't believe even Shido-san had a change of heart triggered in him.
Meanwhile, thousands of miles away.
We got where we are today because we had him take care of whoever got in our way.
Well, that wasn't the point, though. The point was that he took care of people who were in your way because they were in his way,
if
right?
If a case is assembled against him, everything about us will be exposed too. What are we supposed to do?
Man up and take it? And then let them handcuff your wrists to your ankles and kiss your ass goodbye?
That's precisely why we've gathered to discuss our options. Prosecutor Nijima is serious about taking Shido-san to court, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, he is a big-time criminal at this point.
Isn't she under your command? You have to do something!
Oh, is this the, like, new appointed SIU director?
Yes,
or?
I'm aware.
Yeah, proxy, okay.
But even if we prevent her from doing so, what about the public? Shido-san's conduct was shameful.
We'll just have to continue his policies for a rich country.
A rich country?
You mean that plan of advancing foreign affairs by controlling people's hearts?
Uh-oh.
After all, the research on it should be proceeding along.
They're still meandering along with Wakaba Ishiki's research there, and now they're going to use it to control other people.
We'll push that plan forward and continue eliminating any who get in our way by using that world.
Oh boy.
We'll pledge to build a powerful country. We ourselves will meet the expectations we had of Shido-san.
Well, the House... So are we going to have to change the House of Representatives' hearts now, or what?
Powerful country, huh? I see.
And the Japanese Psychological Association, and the Special Investigation... Man, we've got a lot of work to do still.
We should be fine in that regard.
Well, yeah, because you'll just eliminate anybody who get in your way. Well, no, actually, this is all fine and good for them to talk about this, but Akechi can't kill anybody for them anymore because he's dead, so can they really do anything?
Life is at stake after watching that conference, just as we are now.
At any rate, it seems we must first stop that case from being assembled, no matter the cost.
Oh, dear God.
How do we control public opinion?
Thankfully, support for Shido-san still exists. Masayoshi Shido was a hero who fell before achieving his goals, and we will carry his torch.
Yeah, but he's already elected, so how... You're implying that he's going to be a puppet president, and I don't think that's how it's going to go.
That's what we'll announce to the mass media.
I see. Considering the public's panic after losing their leader, they may latch onto that immediately.
Well, they're going to have to, because they don't have their one person to fix every problem they have anymore.
But if the general public becomes our enemy, we're done for.
Yeah, puppet politicians, so many of them.
Turning back. Well then, leave Nijima to my group. Can we rely on yours in regards to Shido-san?
What are you gonna do, brainwash him?
We'll make it so that he requires a psychiatric evaluation.
Oh, so you're gonna try to get him, like, basically create a mistrial, right?
Everyone, we're in the same.
Or at the very least, plead insanity.
Let's not forget that.
Oh, fun times will be had in the future when we have to worry about them. Yep, back to school today. Well, considering the fact that the people at school kind of treated Saizo like garbage, I feel like he wouldn't be too happy to be back, but almost in a way that might not be the case, because he sort of, I mean, he was sort of really, you know, he's answered all of the questions correctly. Granted, I've done that on purpose because I wanted the knowledge stat out of it, but he's been answering questions correctly. He gets to see Kawakami again, and he gets to see all of his friends again in an environment that isn't super, like, tense because they have to keep themselves from getting caught by the police or something. So I guess going back to some normalcy would probably be something he'd be happy about at this point. Yeah, we got to get going. Let's make sure we don't miss our train there. Let's see how the public reacts to Shido being well, confessing to all of his asshole behavior. Yeah, not likely. Well, I mean, total anarchy in the streets, people breaking and entering into people's houses. We were eliciting essentially a revolution in people's thinking, and that might not have been the most forward-thinking thing we've ever done. I mean, we had to do it. Shido would have caused the country to become a complete dictatorship if we hadn't, but is the outcome just the complete opposite, you know? Could it be that we've also done something terrible? But, I mean, we'll find out in a moment, so... Yeah, about that.
I don't get it.
Well, yeah, not without Shido, but you can... There's got to be a line of succession, right? Like, there's a line of succession if like, there's an impeachment or the president of our country is unfit to lead. Like, there's a line of succession, and they put a proxy in there while he's unfit, so that's probably what they'd have to do with Shido. Well, yeah. Today's going to be a confusing day for a lot of people, I think, and then, well, we're going to have the exams the next few days, so we won't know anything until after that. Well, I know where all the time went, Kawakami. It went into 50 streams on Twitch and YouTube there. Yep. Well, about that. Yeah, good luck. You're gonna need it. Define studying. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is stream number 50, if I remember right. We should be done, though, within the next, like, 1 or 2 streams. Maybe 3. But I'm not really sure. It just depends on how long it takes me to get through all of this stuff, so... They're covering it up, Ryuji. They're covering it up because everyone was relying on him to be basically Jesus Christ incarnate, and it turned out he was a fraud, just like every other one. So... Yeah, it's a bit of a time sink, Kira. I think I knew what I was getting into when I first started streaming it, but the time, it's a lot. Basically, is what I'm saying. It's a lot. So. Well, maybe they're trying to ignore it. Like, it's like post-traumatic stress disorder, Ryuji. They're trying to blank it out of and repress their memories of it because they had to count on him, and now they're like, no, it has to be untrue. So... maybe they're still coming to terms with it, so... Boy, I sure hope so after that cutscene last night. I don't know. Well, yeah, it'll give us a lot, like, something to take our minds off of all the craziness that's been going on, so. Maybe for you, Ryuji. Maybe for you. Well, exams are tomorrow, and so you know what that means in the after school here. It means we gotta go study.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, there is a lot more story, I think. I think you're right about that, Omega Theory. There is a lot more story to be done here. Because it feels like I got to the middle of the game, which is like... It feels like we've been on the fall and winter of this game for more than half of the stream time. Like, I think we were done with Futaba's Dungeon on, like, stream number 23 or something like that. And it's just been, like... I don't want to say a slog, because that makes it sound like it wasn't fun. It was a lot of fun, but there's a lot that happens in the last few months of the game, so I think you're right. Oh, jeez. What do they want now? Well, yeah, I mean, you know. Just gonna hold her thumb over you if you don't. Just getting in on the party.
Excuse me.
Did I figure out a way to get around the restriction? Do you mean the restrictions for streaming this? As far as I know, they were lifted. I haven't had any issues or problems with them being like, yeah, you can't stream this, or them muting the audio or anything like that thus far. Like, basically, I've heard nothing from Atlus about me streaming this part of the game. So, from what I understand, no news is good news, so, yeah. It's not that I found a way around it, it's that they just haven't bothered me about it at all, so I'm like, okay, cool. And it's actually funny because in the interim of me playing the game, like there was one point, I think in November, where I turned the game on and that little blip that comes up where it says you can't record screenshots because they blocked screenshot taking in this game, that's not even a thing anymore on the PS4 for this game. Like, they don't block you from taking screenshots anymore. So I'm like, did they like lift all restrictions on the game all of a sudden? Which, I mean, it makes sense. The game's been out for more than a year, but it was just all of a sudden it wasn't there, and I was like, wait a minute. So I work for Atlus. Yes, that's the secret. The secret has come out. I'm an employee at Atlus, and they've given me special permission. No, nothing like that.
You have my thanks.
Just as long as you bring us snacks from now and then. Oh, Yusuke's already been taking the exams. Oh, boy.
Yep.
Ha! She's got your number, Ryuji. Oh, dear God. Everybody's getting on his case. You feel cheated? Yeah. Oh, we'll just do the best we can, Makoto, like we always do. Well, yeah, I gotta catch up on all of this in a single day, so... Oh, really, Omega Theory? Wow, that's kinda... Wow. I don't know how I'd feel about that, to be honest with you. Huh. I mean, I know that they really are, like, they're hard on that sort of stuff because it's Disney, but, like, that's... It just seems like a weird thing that they'd be like, no, this is ours now. Like, no, it's my daughter's. Like, come on, man. It just seems like a weird thing that they'd suddenly be like, nope, ours. Like, just magnetized to it, like that, you know? Okay, so what are we gonna focus on? We'll be fine.
Huh?
No, Haru, they're making it sound way worse than it actually is because... Yeah. Oh, boy. Right. Yeah, I got this. Okay, I'll keep studying then, I don't mind. Now Anne feels betrayed. Cheated.
All right then.
Okay, so we can pick one. Oh my god. Yeah, that's oh my god, Omega Theory, that's terrible. It's a post on Facebook, man. Like, come on. That's what I would say anyway if I first saw that situation. I don't know, man. That's like censorship practically. Like, come on. I mean, I know copyright is a big important thing for a lot of these companies, but like, really? It's a video on Facebook. Like, slow down. Oh, school. Okay, well, I mean, still though, like, it's just, come on. I don't know, man. That's nuts. Which one do we want? Let's do history. I mean, Japanese I feel like we'd be good at anyway, and social studies, History sounds like one that might be trickier, because there's more facts involved, you know, so like it might be tougher. Oh, in history? Okay, well, what was it then? The origin of Dokyu. What is Dokyu? Something larger than others of its kind. Dreadnought. Okay. So they... Oh, so the word in Japanese is probably similar to English. It's like Dorednot or something like that. And then they attached it to Q. So large class basically is what Dokyu means? I would suppose. Really? Wow. Yeah, I didn't know that, Omega Theory. That's... Well, it's bad for me to say this, but honestly, it's surprising, but I'm not shocked. Yeah, because as much as Disney is like this big, huge, like super media company that provides for a lot of people's like employment and a bunch of other stuff, it's not shocking that their business practices would be not as open as, I guess, their ability to take money from your wallet. I don't know. It's surprising but not shocking, I guess is what I'm saying. So, yes, yeah, they want people to buy first. Yeah, I get that. They want to make all of the money.
Hey.
Hyper-capitalism, man. Oh, gee. Ryuji, a break doesn't mean you can't do anymore. You need to come back to it, man. It's gonna be even worse for you when you do. Well, you learn by experience with some of the stuff, Ryuji, but you learn by learning it from books, too. Like, you can't ignore one outlet of knowledge. Like, all outlets of knowledge are just as important as each other. I think that's what I think, anyway. Oh my god. Let's not have a bar fight here, dudes. Yeah, I agree with that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then we'll need the common sense. Otherwise, well, you know. Oh, right. Where did that come from? Yeah, I don't think I mean, Saizo's in high school. Would he ever have even thought about something like that? Probably not. A mighty empire and should be feared. Yeah. Oh, we've just been chatting back and forth about Disney's business practices because of certain things that they've done that may be considered a little bit almost like a malpractice, but Disney ruined Star Wars. I don't know, man. I kind of... This is a bad opinion, and I know it's a bad opinion, but I kind of liked Episode 7 of Star Wars. Like, I liked the first version of J.J. Abrams' iteration. I haven't seen Episode 8 yet, though, so I don't really know if he was able to recapture that sense both times, but I liked Episode 7. I mean, not necessarily as a Star Wars movie, but just as a movie, really. I thought it was a good movie. But that's just me, though. Like, that's my personal opinion, so I'm not gonna say that that's law or something like that, you know what I mean? So. Oh, I didn't even see that, Kira. Yeah, I'm rereading it now. Dunsey? Okay, yeah, I didn't even... My brain must have auto-corrected you to Disney. My bad. Oh boy. Well, we could go back to Ogakubo if you want, Yusuke. I don't mind. Oh jeez. Back to studying then.
Yes.
We done.
I'm finished.
I love how everyone's like chatting about this and Ryuji's just over there staring at the ceiling like, I'm so fucking dead. Abrams didn't do 8. Okay. That's good to know. I'll have to keep that in mind when we go see it at some point, or if we rent it or something. When you weren't impressed with it all. Okay. I'll keep that in mind when I go see it. I mean, my expectations for a lot of things when I go and see them, or even like with video games when I first play them, I've never played them before, I usually keep my expectations nice and low. Because then, if it's better than I thought, I'm pleasantly surprised, and if it's not, then, you know, I didn't have my expectations that high to begin with, so, eh. That's me, though, so. Yeah, that's kind of me too, John. Show me a lightsaber battle and I'm satisfied. Like, I'll tell you though, I thought the Episode 7 lightsaber fight with Rey and oh god, what's his Kylo Ren? That's it. I thought that lightsaber fight was awesome. Like that sent chills down my spine, man. They did a really good job on the choreography with that, I thought. So. Yeah, I think I watched the originals as a really, really little kid, so probably in the same boat as you there, Kira. I watched the originals as a really little kid, and then when I was like in middle school, that was when the prequels were coming out, so I watched those with friends, and they were okay. But yeah, I think I need to just kind of rewatch and then assess how I feel from there. Didn't see it, no interest. Yeah, I can see that. It almost feels like the side stories. It's sort of like they're milking the brand almost, but I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I mean, I've never seen any of the side quels there, so I can't really say one way or the other whether they are or aren't milking the brand, but that's the impression I get as an outsider looking in, so. Well, anyway. And we've increased our knowledge, not that it will help us at this point, but, you know. You're a Predator guy of going sci-fi? Yeah, the Predator movies are pretty good, so. It was a really fun movie. Yeah, I can see that, so. Yeah, well, yeah, that's true. Disney, I mean, it makes sense for Disney to milk their products that make them millions and millions of dollars, so. God only knows how we'll do, Ryuji, that's the saying. Oh, boy. I love how Boss just hears him saying this to the cat, and he's like, I still don't get it. He's a cat. You're a dinosaur, Turbo Nerd. Well, I don't even remember what I was at that. I know that this is kind of a funny fact about me. Until I was in like high school, I was scared shitless by like everything, man. Like I remember when we were in 7th grade. We all went to see Van Helsing, which is the one with I want to say it was Hugh Jackman in it, but I don't think it was Hugh Jackman in it. But we all went to go see Helsing, Van Helsing, the one where it's like the mirror thing that they go into, and then they go to the ice castle and Frankenstein's in it and all that other stuff. That one. And we went to see it, and oh my god, the scene with the werewolf coming out when they were in the woods, like hanging by the tree or whatever, scared the shit out of me. Like, oh my god, I had to go to the bathroom afterwards because I felt like I was gonna piss my pants. It was bad. It was so bad. Oh my god. I still haven't watched the new trailer for the Predator movie. I gotta go look at it. Yeah, it was worse for me, Kira. It was up till I was like 15, I think. I was bad. So. TMI. Yeah, sorry, Drukers. I guess, yeah, it could be a little TMI. Also, hello. How you doing? We'll be fine, Morgana. It's fine. Well, we'll work on your human form thing in a little while there, Morgana. Once we get through these exams, we'll have plenty of free time for that, so.
Hey.
Yeah, I can agree, Kira. I think I was sort of hypersensitive to certain things when I was a kid, too, so. Oh, same as always. Basically. Well, true. Okay, yeah, I can do that. Oh shit, my phone! Ah, she's probably busy. Yeah, she'll get the job done. Right, exactly. Okay, so we have free time tonight. What did I say I was going to do tonight? Ah, there's more curry ingredients. Okay, so we'll go do that. Spend our night perfecting the craft. Just got off work, ready for the mini weekend. Nice, yeah. Yeah, I got tomorrow off as well, but I'm was thinking about streaming, but I said, well, what if we're doing something, you know what I mean? Like, what if we're grilling or doing anything outside, and what if family comes over? And I was like, yeah, I'll hold off. So. Oh, did you? Yeah, my dad watched a lot of sci-fi and gory stuff when I was little too, but instead of watching it with like apt fascination or something, I sort of just like hid under the covers of my bed instead. I was a scaredy cat. So, let's make some curry.
Make sure you close up.
Hopefully there's enough Tupperware containers for us to get that in there.
Hey.
Oh, we put brown sauce in tonight. Ah, steak sauce. Nice. It's another secret ingredient for curry, believe it or not, steak sauce. This secret ingredient is a common condiment that adds an acidity and richness to the curry. It's perfect for adding another flavor profile. Oyster sauce can be used as well. They add depth and a mature flavor, as if the curry was allowed to rest overnight. That actually sounds really good. I'm gonna have to like try curry at some point because of this game, like just try and make it myself, just to see what it's all about. Because I've honestly never tried it before, so I'll have to check it out. Let's see how it is. Evidently good.
Yes. All right.
Oh.
And a couple more Master Curry for us. We should have plenty to restore our SP in the final areas that we're going to be going to. Because, well, we still have to go into the depths of Memento, so I don't think it's that much of a spoiler that we'll be going there. That locked door, man. It's egging me on.
What is this?
Well, not necessarily. I mean... Well, yeah, something about this does seem off, but I think it's more about public reaction and whether or not he's being arrested and tried there. Like,
Think harder about this.
yeah. How strange. I wonder what's going on. Morning, Ryuji. Yep. I wish it worked that way, man, but it doesn't. Well, yeah, it almost feels empty. And yeah, the public response did suck, so. They wanted so badly for Shido to solve all their problems that they're just denying it every step of the way. And the people involved who are going to get their asses reamed out when Sai prosecutes Shido are probably also trying to cover it up, so it's, Yeah, she's got this. Do you have a magic lamp or something, Ryuji? Or like 7 Dragon Balls? Because I don't think that's going to work otherwise. Alright, let's do these exams legit. I did the last ones legit. We're going to do these ones legit, too. I'm not even going to look it up.
Alright, let's begin.
Here we go. Okay, I know this one. So the Devil's Curve is this is the 4th one there. Because it's I remember the infinity symbol. So.
Ooh, we can do this.
Okay. Essay question. Okay. Describe how sounds are played through a cell phone. Oh, okay, I remember this part. Yeah, because it's the synthesized voice thing, right? Yeah, it's not their real voice. It's like inflections of their voice being transmitted from phone to phone, so. Right. Why does the listener think the synthetic voice is the real person? Well, yeah, they would speak the same, because I mean, you speak on the phone the same way you speak in real life, right? Like, you don't change up your interactions or anything like that just because you're on the phone. Like, you don't change your voice completely because you're on the phone. You don't suddenly become, like, British or something on the phone and you're American outside of it. I don't know if that's the most apt way to put it, but... Yeah, their intonations are all the same, so... As long as they talk the same, the listener will subconsciously... They'll fill in the blanks, basically. Yeah, supplement. Fill in the blanks. So. Right.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Time's up.
Done and done with day 1. Day 2. Bring it on, man. I can do it. Did that Anon just say just destroy this country? What the hell?
Morning.
Morning, Anne. No, they're easy as pie, Anne. We got this.
Whoa.
Well, you know. Well, Shido was pretty difficult, but, I mean, this is just answering a couple of questions, really, but... Yeah, don't get too excited. Once you're done with them, Anne, that's when we can, like, party or something. We got this.
Now, everyone.
Okay, day 2. Here we go. Which suit of cards are... Okay, that's Hearts. Hearts is the Holy Grail. Because the other ones are like working classes, if I remember right. Or Diamonds is Gemstone. The point is, Hearts is the Holy Grail.
Ooh, we can do this.
Oh, really, Kira? Huh. I didn't know that. That's interesting. It's a fun quirk. Yeah, that sounds like a fun quirk, but... read the question carefully there. Which of the following is not true? I had to reread it once there for a second. So, what's not true about the kanji for crow? Okay, so we're looking for what's not like the others. So it is from the sound it makes, and its appearance has that eyeball thing gone. I remember them talking about that. So, oh, that's okay, Kira. But yeah, these two are true, so that means it's got to be this one, right?
Ooh, we can do this.
Okay. Is that day 2 out of the way? Yeah, it's gotta be. It's afternoon, so... Game over. Yeah, there it is again. Just destroy... What the hell? Come on, guys. Come on, Anons. You're better than that.
Shucks.
Shucks, he says. Great. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Morgana. What the hell? What is with these people? Well, I mean, I understand. They had their hopes completely dashed, and he was literally... The way that the public seemed like, they were... Everyone, like every single person unanimously was putting their faith in him, and now their faith just got completely shot down. So I imagine they're all completely distraught. Like, they're going through the 5 stages of grief, basically, here. I think they are. No problems. No problems here either, Makoto. Yeah, probably. I'm sure. But she's got this. She's good. She's good at her job, Makoto, so she's got this.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, we've still got 1 day to go, so... Okay. Unfortunately, she doesn't let you check on the train while she's going here, which would be nice because there's going to be questions on this part, if I remember right, that they're like, hey, we didn't cover this in class. I think I remember that being a thing, but I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, here we go. What country refers to a person who controls politics behind the scenes as a prime minister in black? Ooh. That's a toughie. Well, the USA and France have presidents, so it's not either of those guys. So it's either Great Britain or Japan. Now, I don't know much about politics or history myself, but I do recall from some of the stuff that we did in our classes with World War II, there was a lot of the stuff that you see in World War II in history books in the US shows FDR, Winston Churchill, and Joseph Stalin all hanging around together. I think there was like a summit or something like that, but they all hung around together a whole bunch during World War II and in the aftermath there. And I think, if I remember right from those pictures, Churchill wore black a lot. Like, he wore black suits and stuff like that. So, a prime minister in black, the question makes it seem like prime minister in black is a bad thing, right? Like a person who controls politics behind the scenes. So, if my logic is correct, that means Japan's the right answer? Cross my fingers. Okay. Whew! Yes, and only one of those leaders wasn't a total monster. Yeah, well, I know. Well, I don't know, man. From my understanding in the United States, Churchill was a very positive person in our learning there, so I imagine he was good. FDR was a pretty damn good leader from my understanding too, from all of the stuff he did. I mean, granted, he's had more terms than any other president, so they gotta have liked him for something. And Stalin, I mean, I don't really know much about Russian history during the time of the USSR, I'll be honest with you. It's not really something that they teach very much unless you're like dedicated to it in school here, at least in my learning anyway. United States. I'm from the United States, so. Oh, FDR's the one that wasn't a monster? Okay, well, because like I said, Kira, we in the United States, we kind of learn about Churchill as sort of being this magnanimous person. I don't know how true that was, but that's the impression that we get here. So it could be history, you know, the winners of World War II writing the history books or what, but I don't know. But FDR was the one that wasn't a monster. Okay. That may change my impression of Churchill then. I've always seen him, at least again from my understanding from the history books that I've read about him, that wasn't exactly a bad person, but I don't know. Oh, good thing we picked that history one then, because I know where this one is. It's Dreadnought. I imagine if you didn't pick the history option when you were studying, you might think it's Dominance, but we know it's Dreadnought, so.
Ooh, we can do this.
Well, no, I didn't guess on that one. That one was one that Makoto told us. Remember, Morgana, or were you not listening? Yep, last day. And we got him all right this time. Sweet. Oh, it's going to be top of the class, Morgana. Just you wait. I'll do it if it kills me. It won't kill me, though, so.
Well, then.
Oh, okay, gotcha, Kira. Yeah, I mean, again, like, what information we got when I was in school about Churchill was fairly positive, but granted, we didn't get a whole lot of information, all things considered. We got information mostly, like you said, about World War II, and following that, you really don't learn much about Churchill before or after World War II in United States history books, or in world history books that are published in the United States for school purposes, that is. If I took history classes in college, I'd probably have a different impression, but none of them were required when I went to college because I took APs in high school for history, so it may change the ideas there. But anyway. Yeah, I'll have to keep it low profile till Sai assembles her case there. Oh, what?
Let's do it.
Are they drawing Sad Shido on the board there? Oh, boy. Oh, did he? Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, I don't think we got anything about that either, Carbon, I'll be honest with you. I don't think I really learned much about the Canada versus US war in school. I mean, it figures I would be the one to get it out of anybody, right? I live like 5 miles from Canada, so you would think, but no, apparently not. Sad Shido is on the board back here. Great. Yeah, something weird's going on in the background here, man. I don't know, let's try drawing the Phantom Thieves logo. Just see what, let's see what the public reaction is here. Oh, okay, gotcha, Carbon. Yeah, I didn't know that. I'd have to look it up. Super fan. Are you sure you're not the one stuck in a dream world? You all want Shido to still be Prime Minister, man. The Ontario border, over by Lake Ontario. There, actually, I live in Niagara Falls in the United States, so I'm basically right on the Niagara Falls, Ontario border. So, yep. Tony Pandy riots. Okay, I'll commit that to memory there, Kira. I'm gonna look that up after, because my impressions of Churchill, like I said, were generally good. So I'll have to educate myself a little bit to get a more clear impression. I'm super close to you. Where are you at exactly? Are you are you on the United States side of the border, or are you on the Canadian side of the border there? I'm not really sure. Well, we haven't talked to Newspaper Club representative girl like the entire game since April, so let's see what her impression is of this. She's an investigative journalist in the making. Could probably go talk to Oya too. So, it wasn't bad. Right? That's the lie we're going with. Maybe. Yeah. About an hour from Troy. Okay, gotcha. So you're probably out past Ottawa then, right? Like maybe like further northwest of Ottawa then? You might actually live close to one of the guys that I was subscribed to at one point. He does like Sonic and Mega Man videos. Well, he did when he was doing his Let's Play stuff. Clement J642, I think, is his username. He lives like northwest of Ottawa, so he's out that way. I know some Canadian geography, not much, but some. Like mostly Ontario is what I know. So close to Windsor. Okay, gotcha. I'm not 100% sure where Windsor is, but I kind of have an idea, and I'll look it up afterwards, and I'm sure I'll have an idea. But you're not like, you're still in Ontario then, right? Like you're not in a different province, right? Is it still Ontario, or is it west enough that you're in another province? Sorry for prying like this. I mean, if you don't want to answer, that's cool. But I just figure, since we're on the subject, I might as well kind of get a general idea. What are we doing today? Oh, yeah. Gonna go work off our frustrations. That gym beat me last time. I'm gonna beat it this time. We don't need to do anything in the Velvet Room or anything like that, so we'll be good in that regard. Oh, whoop, I passed it up. Let's go this way. About 2 hours. Okay, gotcha. So Ontario. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, just getting an idea, a general gist. Okay, let's beat the gym today. Let's actually beat that treadmill so that it's not gonna get me this time. Oh crap! I didn't pick up our tomatoes. Well, I can go and pick them up. I'll watch through this one and then we'll reload. We'll fast forward through it. So yeah, let's take our protein for this one. We've got one left, so like after this, I'll just reload the save because I just made one. I'll go get our tomatoes and then I'll come back and do this. Shouldn't take more than 2 minutes. We'll use time skip. Yeah, well, I'm still going pretty quick, but yeah, I'll slow down a little bit.
Oh.
Well, I'm exhausted, but not on the floor this time, at least, so. Cool.
All right. All right.
And we get some more HP and SP out of it.
All right. All right.
We basically got enough SP to cast an entire another Dying spell out of that, too, so that's not bad. Okay, so before we do stuff in the evening, which is basically just going to be coffee, we're gonna go back. So, but let's do this first, and then I'll just skip through this when we're done. Yeah, we're done with the finals, so that's a good thing. I'm sure we'll be fine. Yeah. Well, we only had one day, Makoto, so. Oh boy. Okay. Some progress. Okay, well, some progress is better than no progress, so. Cool. Yeah, we'll have to see how that goes then. Oh, we're gonna go celebrate tomorrow? Okay. And forget about our exams. Yeah, sounds good. We'll meet everybody out in Shibuya then. Okay, so that's the plan. But first, let's go back and pick up our tomatoes. I don't want to just leave them up on the roof until, you know, forever. So I just looked at my notes as I was going into the gym, and I was like, oh shit, I circled tomato. Whoops. Okay, rooftop. Haru, hello. Get those tomatoes while I'm up here. I'm not going to bother putting any more vegetables down because you don't get any more free time after today anyway in the game. Like it's just story stuff after this, so we won't have any time basically to come pick them up. There we go. Thanks, Haru. All right, so now let's go conquer the gym. Yeah, let's go inside. I'll just fast forward through this. We'll be running at a very quick clip then, since I'm fast forwarding. Take some protein, take it. I'll take it. Yeah, very, very quick running there. Suddenly Sonic, which makes sense since this game was published by Sega. So. Alright.
Hey.
Back here, skip through all the dialogue. Done, done, done. There we go. Okay, that's done. Now, well, we gotta get these guys out of here if I'm gonna make coffee. Well, I'm glad I'm not the only one that noticed that there's no coverage on the Phantom Thieves, so. Oh, jeez. Man, apathy is just spreading through the people of this town. Holy cow. Come on, man. That's not cool. Is there anything I need to do in my room? I'm just trying to double check and make sure before I go from there. I don't think so. All my decorations are up. We don't need to make anything up here. I guess we could check the TV one last time before I go and make coffee. That's what we're hoping, Morgana. That's what we're hoping. Yeah, it's been since we went there as a part of our Phantom Thieves duty, I think, and that was problematic because we could have gotten caught like any number of times there. Anyway, I think I checked the fridge as well, and I don't think there's any curry ingredients. So, yeah, out of curry ingredients. I think there's like a calendar or something online that'll tell you like which days there's curry ingredients and stuff. So, yeah, let's make some coffee.
Yo.
We could have Kawakami make it, and then we could go do something else, but there's nothing else for me to really do, so I'm just gonna do this. Okay, I just picked the most random thing off the shelf I could, so let's see how we do.
Yes. All right.
More Master Coffee. Happy Kids makes life easy. Yeah, I can imagine, man. I can definitely imagine. Because if your kids aren't happy, then they get on your case about it. I'm sure that's how it is. I don't have children myself yet, so I can't really attest, but I'm sure. I can empathize. So, no kids for you, yeah. Yeah, no kids for me yet either, so. But today we used Ethiopian Mocha Harar. Mocha is a port town in the Republic of Yemen, where both Yemeni coffee and Ethiopian Mocha Harar are exported. Or is it Yemeni? I feel like it is Yemeni, like Gemini, except instead of I, it's an E. Whatever. Coffee from this region was given the moniker Mocha. Mocha coffee has a unique spicy flavor and a strong aroma with blackberry notes. That actually sounds kind of good. Ah, still bland profile, huh? Ah, gotcha, Kira. Well, there's always adoption, so, I mean, you know, but That's to each their own, you know what I mean? Everybody has their own way of how they come to a conclusion on that. Everybody comes to their own conclusions, so all you did was put a blanket in the dryer. Well, if it keeps the kids happy, man, then yeah, I get that. I totally get that. Well, boss likes my coffee, so even though it's bland, we'll just do the best we can. Alright, let's see how this all goes with Shido there, since she's got the case built and everything like that. Oh, somebody's contacting... Oh, Mishima's contacting me. Okay. Well, it's all gonna make sense tomorrow, man, because Shido's gonna get tried, or at least he's gonna be served papers to be tried tomorrow, so... I guess we could ask why. Right. You'd think, but again, I think it's because they got their hopes crushed, man. They didn't have faith in the Phantom Thieves anymore, and we just sort of destroyed everyone's dreams. How strange. Well, it'll all be fixed in a minute, because he's about to get served by Sai, so it should be good. And then we can enjoy the fact that he's in pre-trial for the Christmas season. And then we gotta give that Star Mirror to Chihaya and all that other stuff, so... Now he's back on the news, but not for the reason we want.
There, they announced the poor health of their leader, Masayoshi Shido. As such, the special diet session was postponed, along with Shido's inauguration as Prime Minister.
Postponed?
They should be firing him.
Well, yeah.
And wait, poor health?
I don't know about that.
This is completely different from what my sister told us.
I heard he barely slept during the election campaign. I don't blame him.
He's not going to step down now, is he? Will this country be fine without Shido?
Yeah, it sounds like they're spreading misinformation about what's going on.
How can people still believe in him?
What the heck?
What?
The Phantom Thieves are being treated like, well, like they never existed.
Well, what do you mean?
Goodness. No link among the change of heart incidents. Only coincidental psychiatric disorders.
Wait a minute.
The Phantom Thieves only use those rumors to their advantage.
But didn't Shido say the exact opposite of that in his confession on the thing? That everything was connected back to him?
This is preposterous. Who would believe?
Hey, Aran, how's it going?
But the person saying this is a famous researcher.
But the famous researcher isn't Shido, though, who explicitly said from his mouth that everything led back to him.
And even the Ministry is saying that's how they determined the situation, too.
Are they all just saying, oh, well, Shido is in poor health, his state of mind wasn't right, so now this is what really happened? Are you kidding me?
When's Shido gonna make a comeback?
Honestly, I don't think anyone else but Shido can handle times like these.
What the hell, man? You passed your exam? Nice, Aran, nice. Congrats. I'm happy for you.
Yeah, it's as if the people in reality have become distorted.
Oh, what the hell?
What's happening here worries me.
Yeah, me too.
But the only thing we can do right now is wait and see what happens.
Or we could go into Mementos and see if that door is unlocked now. Probably should have done that yesterday. Whoops. Oh well.
What do you mean I can't question him at this point?
Mr. Shido is in an extremely unstable state. I can't allow you to get in contact with him.
Well, tell that to the court order, man. She's probably got a warrant for it.
He may officially have to
Well, actually, no, because
psychiatric evaluation at this rate.
The proxy SIU director probably prevented her from getting a court order, so. Oh, Kira, and Pem, and Shadow Snake. Thanks for hosting, I appreciate it. Pem's hosting was a little earlier, but everybody else started hosting according to my activity feed just recently. But thanks, guys, I appreciate it.
We are at the cusp of making a case. Do you know how much trouble we've gone through to get this far?
Yeah, a hell of a lot.
I'm just doing my job as a doctor.
No, you're covering your own ass.
Even if Shido was behind it, do you plan on convicting a central figure behind such a historical change?
Yes. What kind of a question?
Don't be ridiculous. This is a country governed by law.
Yeah, we don't cover this shit up, man.
You still want to protect
Well,
him,
we do,
even though
but...
you know what happened to the man previously at your post.
Yeah, he got killed by Shido. What are you gonna do when he comes after you?
Taking the head of the nation to court.
Yeah, that's how impeachment works, dude.
You need to take a break, Nijima.
No, you need to piss off.
I'm taking you off this case, especially since it's rumored you have ties to the Phantom Thieves.
Oh, what the hell, man?
What?
If I recall correctly, you still aren't married, are you? You'll be on leave for a long time. Why not look for a husband while you're at it?
What a fucking misogynist. Holy shit. Like, seriously, fuck you guys. Are you kidding me? Oh my god. That's terrible. Yeah, I didn't answer your question there, Rand. Sorry. I'm doing good tonight. I'm doing good. You played video games all day since you've been studying for the past 5 days, yeah. Oh, I can understand that feeling, yep. So, what happens now? Like, are we done?
The assembly of Shido's case is in danger?
We know he doesn't need a psychiatric evaluation.
Well, yeah.
His lackeys must have pressured the others around him.
Probably sure did.
It means there's far more people who'd be in trouble if the truth came out than we imagined.
Well, there's probably a ton of people who requested mental shutdowns who are now, again, trying to cover their asses here.
Is there anything we can do?
I mean, we could systematically go around and change their hearts, but that would mean this game would go on for months longer.
Sis said that the assembly for a case may be possible if the general public wants Shido accountable. But even that chance has been destroyed with the manipulation of the mass media.
I'm getting an inkling of an idea in my head, but I think they're
made
going to come
clear
to it
that
in a
the
second.
argument itself was a cult, even claiming that it never happened.
Even though Shido said from his own mouth that it did. Uh-huh.
As a result, the Phantom Thieves are still labeled as...
Yeah, that's it, Kira. Money and power will always rally around more money and more power. So, great.
It's a storm of criticisms online, too. People are saying to catch the remnants and execute them.
What the hell?
This is crazy.
At any rate, let's wait for my sister. She should be arriving here soon.
Okay, she can probably give us more details.
Everyone's being tricked so easily. Why the hell did we risk our lives then?
It is sort of making it feel pointless, isn't it?
If Shido isn't judged by the law, everything we've done will be treated as if it never happened.
Moving the entire country however they wish by controlling people's cognition? This is no different than being inside a palace.
Except it's reality. What the hell? Huh.
I'm sorry.
What am I going to play next? The next game that's on the list of games to play, like I have a backlog list basically right now where I'm going to play all of the games on the backlog list before I start doing the my game, then short list, then long list, then my game, short list, long list, that thing. Next on the backlog list is Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance. So that one has been requested over the years many times, and it's been requested a couple of times since I started streaming just. Along with the dozens of people who suggested I play it for my channel while I was making my music mixes and beyond then. So I'll be playing that next. After that is Gothic, which is a suggestion by Garrick Zero. After that is the tribute stream through for my late doggo Pepper. That's going to happen probably in August-ish, if I remember right. And then after that is Kingdom Hearts, which is a suggestion by Conker. And following that is when we're going to get the whole structured schedule going, so... Yeah, Grim Dawn, yeah. Well, if Drukers decides that he wants to suggest that as his game, it will go on the short list, so it'll get done a lot earlier than it otherwise would.
I gathered the best of the best and fought for a case. But as Makoto must have told you, it was denied.
So we have no case.
At this rate, it won't end with just Shido's innocence. This trend will continue spiraling down. There's even the possibility that crimes using the metaverse will advance onto a national scale.
How, though? They don't have a Akechi to do their dirty work. Are they just learning to use the metaverse themselves? Huh?
That's not what I'm here to tell you. We're in danger because we know the truth.
Yeah, you suggested Grim Dawn on the short list. Okay, you got it, Drukers. I will put it on the short list, so no problem. As soon as the stream's over, I will put it on there, so. You suggested Infamous Second Son the last time you made the suggestion there, Kira. But if you want to change your suggestion to Bloodborne, you're welcome to. You can change your suggestion at any time, so don't feel pressured if you want to. And actually, if you do, you'll be the 4th person to suggest Bloodborne, so we'll only need 1 more vote, and then it'll be democratically voted onto the shortlist that way, so. Yeah, it's a really cool game, Aran. It's one of my favorites of all time, so it'll be fun. I'll be rusty as hell playing it because I haven't played it in, like, at least 3 years. But it'll be fun. It'll be a lot of fun, so.
It's only a matter of time before we're apprehended. It wouldn't be odd if they were to
tempting. Okay, yeah. Think about it. If we can get a 4th person to suggest Bloodborne, either from here or from maybe even from Pem's stream, because I know Metro over on Pem's stream suggested it at one point on one of his streams. But if we get another suggestion for Bloodborne, keep a thought about it, because it will. It's definitely. Then it'll, like I said, that vote will make a difference. It'll move it up to the short list, so then it'll make a difference. Never played it, but paid 98 cents. That's not bad. Did you get the DLC for it as well for 98 cents, or did you just get like a used copy of it? I remember I got the whole, because I got the PC version not too long ago, and I think I got all the DLC when I bought it. I think it was like $20 or something like that. So yeah, just keep it in mind, Kira. So we'll keep that in the back of our heads as we're going here. So they're gonna, but back to reality. Well, the game here, they're gonna arrest us now. Well, I did say like a week from now, so. Just the game brand new. Oh, brand new and you got it for 98. That's not bad then. Oh, shop is going out of business. Okay, gotcha. That makes sense then. The gods of character action games. Yeah, they are pretty good at that, aren't they? Their action games are all pretty polished and pretty good, at least from what I've played, so.
There's nothing more I can do with my resources.
So what are we supposed to do? Just sit on our hands and let them arrest us?
I want to ask for your help.
Okay, how so?
I wondered if there was any way you could do something one last time.
You mean using the metaverse, or?
I know that I'm in no position to ask this of you.
Well, you'd be saving your own ass as well as all of our own if you did, so.
That doesn't matter to us. So what are we gonna do? Should we change the hearts of all Shido's followers?
We could, but it would take months. Like, we have to do something in the next few days, so.
Even if Futaba were to research all of them, it'd take time.
Yeah. Time we don't have.
There's too little information.
We can only target individuals. Are we no match against the national power?
The way we've been doing things, maybe not.
Mementos.
Ah, there is that, isn't there?
If we use mementos, we might be able to do something.
Because remember, Mementos is the palace of the public, so if we can change the public's hearts, perhaps to thinking more along the lines of Shido being guilty than innocent, maybe there's a chance of us not getting arrested.
Something we can do there?
All right, Omega Theory, take it easy. Good luck with Shido's palace. I'm sure you've got it, but good luck with it anyway. So, all right, I'll let you know. I got your I got a notification on the Twitch thing for your friend request as well, Omega Theory. So I'll get that going as soon as I'm done with the stream. So take it easy. When can I consider an MMO completed? So I have Final Fantasy XIV and Warframe on the list there. I don't plan on completing any of them because I know that they're hundreds of hours long. What I'm planning on doing with both of them, at this point anyway, is for Final Fantasy XIV, I'm going to play for 4 months and then quit cold turkey. Like, I don't care if there's more to do in the game, nothing. Quit. Done. Like, take my subscription off, I'm done. With Warframe, I'm planning on going from no knowledge of the game, which is what I'm going to go in with, to a complete competitive build, I guess, quote unquote. Like, going from level 1 to a prime that is like maxed level and all the best equipment and all that stuff. I don't know how long that would take. I'm assuming I might be able to do that in about 4 months as well. But yeah, 4 months is usually my time window, roughly, for those games. So, oh, level 76? Okay, yeah, you got this then. You totally got this. Take it easy.
Like I told you before,
Mementos is the palace of the general public.
Excuse me.
It's the source of all distortions, and is maintained by the people's collective unconsciousness.
Right.
Wait, do you mean that there's a treasure even in Mementos?
Ah, maybe it's behind that locked door down at the bottom
If
then.
we go after that,
We can change
The
everyone's
collapse of
opinion.
Mementos should affect the public as a whole. The state of society would change too.
Now we're thinking.
If everyone's hearts grow to hold Shido responsible for his actions, things might start going our way.
Okay. That seems like the best plan we've got, really.
Sounds good to me.
But if we're gonna do this, there's one thing you all need to realize.
Ah, gotcha, Carbon. Yeah, I guess, yeah, you're right. It's not necessarily about getting a prime. Like I said, I'm going into it with very little knowledge, just from like what you guys have told me, and that's the gist of my knowledge of it. I basically want to go from nothing to a competitive build. And that could mean a prime, that could mean not. It just kind of depends on what frame I decide to use, so it's, yeah. I don't know exactly what my time frame is going to be for it. Honestly, I might do the same thing with Warframe as I'm doing with Final Fantasy XIV, where I just play it for 4 months and then stop playing it. And this is never, not to say that I would never go back to either of those games. I would probably go back to those games at a different point. It's just that for the specific streams there, I would consider them done, quote unquote, after about a 4-month period. Well, I'll say it this way, more like a 17-week period. I'll give you a little more of an exact of my thought process. 17 weeks from stream 1 to stream end. So get to the farthest main story quest. Okay, that seems like a good idea. I'll have to, when we get a little closer to playing Warframe, I'll have to keep that in mind as a potential thing to do. So I'll be able to, I might actually be able to tell a little bit better when I get a little closer to it, or while I'm playing, I could even kind of set that apart. For now, you know, we'll do, tentatively for now, we'll say 4 months for Final Fantasy XIV, 4 months for Warframe, and then done for both of those. Those will be considered done. What we get done in that time period, we'll see. So, well, not 4 months. I'll say it like I said it before. 17 weeks for Final Fantasy XIV, 17 weeks for Warframe. So, but we'll get to that when we get there. So, and what do we need to realize, Morgana?
To begin with, why does something like the human cognition exist as another substantial world? The reason for that is most likely sleeping within Mementos. We'll be destroying that, you know.
So we'll be destroying the metaverse? Is that what you're saying, or?
Going with this.
I think that's where he's going with this.
The human cognition will lose substance, so you can't sneak into people's palaces anymore.
So the Phantom Thieves will literally be done.
You won't be able to steal their treasure and change their hearts.
Well, that's what Persona 6 is for, man. We've done our job at this point.
It means the Phantom Thieves will be going out of business.
Well, we've had 2 going out of business parties already, so what's another one between friends, right? Yeah, we'll wait and see.
Discard this way of life.
Okay, gotcha, Carbon. Yeah, I'll think about it more as we get a little closer, that's all. I mean, I'm okay with that. I don't know about all of you, but...
I think we need to do this. I mean, we're the group who's reforming society, right?
Yeah, if we ignore this, it's not a good thing.
What do you think? You'll lose your powers if Mementos is erased. Will you still do it?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, this is basically like the gist of it. We have our own justice that we've stuck to the whole time. If we don't do this, we'll be losing that sense of identity for the Phantom Thieves. So yes, we have to do it.
Yeah, that's right.
You guys have all grown, huh? All right. It seems there are no objections.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't heard anybody else say no.
Did you come up with a plan?
Mm-hmm.
Whether it succeeds or not is another story, though.
Yeah, we're not so sure about it, so. Well, I don't know if we need to go that far, Kira. It's not Kingdom Hearts 4.
Miss Prosecutor?
That burn.
This is gonna be our last job.
Last job?
Yeah, the rest is up to you there. You just gotta take Shido to court, do the best you can with that, so.
Once we accomplish our duty, we entrust the world to respectful adults.
Wait, make that 2050-ish?
That is our condition for accepting this job.
this is a deal, then that's certainly a heavy condition.
Are we gonna get another confidant this late in the game?
But very well.
Since we're making another deal? No, no, probably not.
Masayoshi Shido stand and be tried in the court of law.
Okay, cool.
Besides, my pride won't allow me to be continually saved by you all without doing anything in return.
Yeah, no, I'm just egging them on there, Kira. The extra wait time that they had on P5 was worth it. It ended up being a fantastic game, so I'm just dicking with them basically. So
We'll be counting on you.
yeah, you got this, Sai.
Looks like it's decided then.
We're going to Mementos there, ladies and gentlemen.
Last mission. Come on, say something.
What, one for the road? Okay, yeah, let's fix this. Let's fix everything.
I already said that before, though.
Well, sure, but I'll say it again. This time with gusto.
We're doing it for real this time, after all.
Right.
We don't have much time, right? We should carry this out tomorrow.
Well, tomorrow's Christmas, though. Well, I guess
I'm counting on you.
better that than getting arrested, so.
No matter what happens, you better see it through.
Okay. Can do.
Well then.
Yep, tomorrow everything ends. We gotta go to the depths of Mementos in order to figure all this stuff out. So, tonight, we can't do anything. We'll just get some rest, relaxation, go from there. So let's go over here and do just that.
Hey.
Well, what do you mean already? Too busy thinking about the big battle there, Morgana? Let's see what's on the TV. Yep. Well, that would be a pretty good present, wouldn't it, Morgana? Hopefully that would mean I wouldn't have to go back to jail.
Hey.
It has been a nice little room, hasn't it? But now, well, we've got to... Oh, and by the way, if you try to, like, go do something else, like, he makes it seem like, oh, well, you can do other things tonight, but if you try to go do something else, he's like, let's not do that tonight. Yeah. Can't train, nothing. Just rest up for tomorrow. So don't let him saying, oh, you're going to bed already, fool you. It's not what you think. So let's go to bed.
Hey.
What's up, Morgana?
Actually, never mind. You must be tired.
Not that tired. Yeah, what's up?
Honestly, you're amazing. There's definitely something special about you.
Oh, you're just saying that, man.
You dodge everything the enemies throw at you like it's your destiny.
Maybe it is.
At first, I just thought you were going to be a useful tool for me. But now this is where I belong.
Well, that's a good thing. You found where you belong, man.
Yes. Yeah, you're right.
You did what you said you were gonna do eventually. You had to find a place where you belong.
Not like me to say all that embarrassing stuff.
I won't tell anybody, secretly recording it with my phone.
But still, I think it's fine. For tonight, at least.
There you go again with that, man. What are you even trying to say? Well, I guess it doesn't matter now, because we have one more... Well, two more, but one more partner whose confidant we have to max, and we just did it.
Thou hast turned a vow into a blood oath. Thy bond shall become the wings of rebellion and break the yoke of thy heart.
Still thine heart.
Thou hast awakened to the ultimate secret of the magician, granting thee infinite power.
And thine bond, but you know. Ye olde English. And so, for Morgana finally saying that he has found a place that he belongs, for real, we max out the Magician Confidant and we get a second awakening for his persona.
Alright.
Cool. And for maxing out the Magician Confidant, we can now fuse Futsunushi, which is the most powerful magician persona. Not really a magician in and of itself, it more focuses on physical attacks, but fusing Futsunushi is actually not the ideal thing here, because you need Futsunushi in order to fuse either Kaiyu or, more importantly, Yoshitsune, which is, like I said before, probably the best persona in the entire game, so... Yeah, that's basically what it unlocks, is Yoshitsune. But it also unlocks this. Swear it to my bones there, Zoro. You are metamorphosing. Seems like he slimmed down a little bit.
A new power burns within me.
Or all the weight went to those wings on his shoes.
All right.
But Morgana's persona Zoro has metamorphosed due to Second Awakening into Mercurius. Alright, cool. And for metamorphosing into Mercurius, he gets a special skill, Evade Elect, so he can finally avoid his weakness there. We'll get rid of Diarahan for that. Morgana really just needs Mediarahan. It's kind of more useful almost than regular Diarahan. And if we need regular Diarahan, Anne and Makoto have that covered, so we'll be good. Yeah, he's on an off cycle on the workout program. Yeah. Well, that takes care of that.
Preparation for tomorrow.
Okay, can do. Don't gotta tell me twice. I'm already asleep. Well, we got one confidant max tonight.
Such an ordeal, and this guy's still not being rewarded for it.
Oh, there's never enough rewards.
If
You know that,
gods
Morgana.
really do exist, they're being too hard on him.
Incidental that they would have us go into the dream sequence with Igor and the twins after Morgana talks about gods there. I wonder why. But can we go 2 for 2 tonight? Let's see.
That was a fruitless delight, inmate.
What are you even talking about?
We gave you words of praise, but we take them all back.
You're acting like I had control over the fact that the public just shat on us. Like, hello?
The source of what was hindering your rehabilitation
Was Shido.
To think it would be the ignorant masses to which you tried to prove your integrity.
Oh, so it was the public that was holding me back from whatever my rehabilitation was. Ah, okay.
Did they themselves not show elation for those who are unseen?
Yeah, at one point, but we're old news at this point, man.
Despite all that, they now say you do not exist. They toyed with you, yet none take responsibility.
Easier to be complacent. That's how the public how real life works, Igor, at least in terms of a massive social scale.
The distortion of man's world is endlessly deep.
Well, maybe, but don't count us out yet. We've got a plan.
Fixing it may now be impossible, even with the appearance of a trickster.
Yeah, I don't know about that, Igor. Like I said, we have a plan.
It seems this is the limit of humanity.
Well, are you giving up too, Igor? Come on, man. Yeah, don't give up on us. We got this. We got a plan. We'll fix everything. Yeah, everything's fine. Even the stuff that's not. Yeah.
The time of ruin is nigh.
You still haven't explained what ruin or rehabilitation even mean, man. What does that even mean? Like that. So, I don't know what you mean, but ideally, if it's going to happen tomorrow night, we'll do the best we can tomorrow during the day to fix it.
One due to the distortion of man's own heart, from which none can escape.
I wonder what Igor's getting at here. Huh. Well, like I said, he can't count us out yet. We've got a plan, so we'll go from there. Then again, though, Igor's never been wrong about anything he's talked about in terms of the story stuff before this, for one thing. And for another thing, he's been able to fairly accurately predict what happens in future events there. So maybe he's trying to say we're going to lose? But then again, as Chihiya's confidant has proven to us, fate can be changed, even if it's predicted. So let's see if we can prove him wrong. Yeah, being cryptic doesn't make you sound... It just makes you sound cryptic, that's all. Gotta give it to me clear cut here, Igor. Christmas Eve. It's Christmas in July, folks. We got things to do today, too, so... The last big heist, huh? Well, you know, we've done our best, so... Yeah, let's end this on a high note, Morgana. We got this. Alright, off to Mementos we go. You know, after we go to school, because apparently we've still got to go to school Even on the day that we need to change the public. So, I mean, couldn't we all just call off sick? None of us have called off sick just yet, right? So, I don't know. Maybe that's not a thing in Japan. Well, yeah, it has to, Makoto. If it doesn't, then we're all screwed. So.
Let's do this.
Yep. Okay. Works for me. Ah, well, we had to go to school, I guess, to see our exam scores. They could have, like, sent it to us on our phones, but, you know. Alright, top of the class, baby. Let's do this. Guess who got the top score? It's me. Oh, yeah. Well, maybe that's a bad thing, but I won't be here at the school for too much longer. I mean, after we fix everything, then will everybody have their eyes on me? I don't know. It doesn't matter. And we get 3 notes worth of charm there. It's actually, I think, worth more than 3 if you get absolute top of the class. It's like 10 points total. Points, quote-unquote, where 3 notes is normally worth 5. So,
all right.
I think that's how it works anyway. I'm not 100% sure. Point is, you get a ton of charm out of it, so. Not that we, you know, need it. It's the end of the game, so if you didn't have max charm at this point, you're kind of screwed, aren't you? So.
Hey, check out the nav.
What do we got? Did that door open up? An unfamiliar message, huh?
The door to the depths of Mementos has been opened. Wait, does that mean...
The door has opened. The door is open, Sora. We can go to the outside world. No, not quite that. We're going to the inside world, actually.
We're really gonna do this, right?
Yep. Gotta change the public.
Why are you asking now?
He's just making sure we're all good to go.
Well, I just thought, what am I gonna do if you guys freak out and bail on me?
Oh, come on, Morgana. You know us better than that.
We're going to erase Mementos, aren't we? Come on, let's go, you guys.
Alright, sounds good. Let's do this.
Mona sure seems hyped up.
Well, it's a big day for him. We're erasing the source of distortion that he was exploring before he got locked up in Kamoshida's palace, so. It's a big day.
Hey. Isn't Mona-chan behaving?
Plays Limbo by Professor Fate. Don't think I've heard that one, actually.
You know, you're right.
Yeah. I shouldn't have brought that up. Shall we get going?
Yeah, no, he's acting weird, but pay no attention to it. I'm sure he's fine. Yeah, okay. No, there's definitely something up with Morgana, but I don't think he's going to tell us exactly what it is just yet. And they push us into the path of Kimranut regardless, but nah. Hey, where'd this outfit come from? Did they just, like, throw together whatever they had in the closet, man? Like, this outfit looks like a slacker wore it. Huh. Well, anyway, let's go back up to the entrance so we can regroup there and then head to the bottom of Sherry Ruth where that locked door was. So, oh, you'll post it in Discord? Okay, gotcha. Cool. I'll listen to it after. Yeah, this outfit was created by a slacker. Well, anyway. Oh, hey, both of the twins are out of the Velvet Room today. What's up, Caroline?
What?
Well, yeah, I don't really have a choice, so. Yeah, who that sleepy guy? Yeah. It is interesting, though, because honestly, that sheepy guy, yeah, well, either one really works if you consider the game that this outfit's from. So. It's interesting, though, to me, personally, because honestly, I find that a lot of the character design in Catherine, which is the DLC that this is from the Catherine DLC, a lot of the character design that I find in that game is kind of similar to some of the characters that are actually in this game. Like, the main character, Vincent there, honestly, I think he looks an awful lot like the main character in this game. There's the one blonde-haired dude who looks like Ryuji. One of the Catherines kind of looks like Anne a little bit. So it's just interesting. So maybe they were like prototypes for these characters at one point, and then they were like, no, we're gonna make this into a separate game. So it's interesting. Oh, your newer iMac has autocorrect? Oh, geez. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, so you gotta help me here, Caroline. Oh, I didn't think she actually was gonna... How are you gonna help me? Oh. So if you go to Caroline outside the Velvet Room at any point on December 24th, she will fully heal your party there. She'll heal your HP and your SP all the way up. So that's pretty nice. It means you don't have to keep worrying about like your resources there. So, oh, does the other Catherine look like Sai? Okay, gotcha. I haven't played Catherine. I just know that a few of the characters, sort of like I said, look like prototypes almost of the characters in this game. So, why is she blushing? Well, anyway, yeah, we can come back if we get wounded, and she'll heal us as many times as we want, so yeah, that's a thing. We don't need to go back into the Velvet Room for anything, because there is a fusion that I'd like to do today, but we can't really make it yet, because if you look here, we still don't have max full confidant, so I'm sure, hopefully we'll be able to get that before we, you know, change the public's heart today. But once we get that, we'll be able to go there. What we can do today, though, is head back. It seems counterintuitive, sure, but you know. Yeah, that'd be interesting, Kira. I'd definitely be interested to see it. And at the very least, I would definitely retweet that out for sure. I mean, I would retweet it anyway because you're on, you know. I would retweet it anyway, basically. But yeah, I'd be interested in seeing that because I don't plan on covering it myself for this, for my streams there. That's why I bought the DLC. So, yeah, I'm gonna go out and get arrested, man. Yeah, that's the idea. We want to make sure we can replenish our supplies. So yes, if you need to go out to replenish your supplies today, you can. You can go to the airsoft shop and to the doctor's office so that you can purchase whatever you need, so. And then they'll give you the option, and there you go. You just go there, you'll pop right in, pop right back here. So let's go to the clinic first and make sure we have all of our medical supplies down. Then after that, we'll go to EY's shop, and we'll sell all the junk that we have, the excess stuff, and we'll buy. There's a few items that I'd like to buy today before we continue here. Well, we are about to take the plunge, Dr. Takemi, but I can't really tell you what kind of a plunge because I don't think you'll understand, so. Nope, that's good. That's good. That's good.
Why do you have such a serious look?
And that's good. Okay, so we're good on medical supplies. That's cool. Well, we'll try not to overdo it, but we might overdo it today considering what's going on here. Let's go to the airsoft shop now. Because there's a few items and equipment things that I'd like to buy here while I'm here, so. Yeah, we got a lot on our plates today, EY. Don't worry about it. Just need to sell and buy from you, so. Sell off all the excess treasure we got from our last outings of Mementos. We can sell off all of this stuff. I'm going to keep the Black Kogatana. I don't think I'm going to be able to use it for anything, but I don't quite remember whether or not you keep your inventory between New Game and New Game Plus, so I might want it to make a weapon in New Game Plus, so I'm going to keep it. We don't need the Kachev 2. I'll keep the model guns. We don't need this or this, though. Don't need this fluted guard. Or the CD gear. And I'll keep the black robes just in case. I am, by the way, going to be able to utilize these because, I think I said it before, but according to my calculations, I should be able to get all of the skills that I need for all of my party members, even without doing any of the experience grinding by the time I'm done with this part. So, by the time we're done with the Depths of Mementos anyway, because I do plan on fighting the optional boss that you can fight, and he gives a ton of experience, so. We can sell those regen patches. We don't need those. We probably don't need Queen's Necklace, but I'll hold on to it along with the Taish Charm and the Koh-i-Noor. Sell these life stones. Anything else to sell here? I don't think so. We'll keep the Moist Katsubun just in case I need it. We probably won't need all of these physical and magical ointments, but more is better, I think. It's just better to have them and not need them, you know. We don't need these Magatamas, though. You can save those for Nocturne game. I don't need them until then. Anyway, what are we going to buy today? We need one melee weapon, for Saizo there, because actually EY sells an upgrade to the regular parrying dagger, the Pro Parrying Dagger. Gives us a little bit of extra endurance, I think, because I think the regular one gives agility, right? Yeah, so that's nice. It's better than anything else that he can get, pretty much. I mean, in terms of its stats and its attack power. The Misery Cord is a little better, and there is a weapon that you can fuse for him in New Game Plus that's better in terms of attack power, but how often am I going to use a regular attack anyway, you know? So Let's equip that, sell the old one, and we're good on weapons. So now we need one gun as well. We're finally going to get something else for Haru there other than her grenade launcher replica. We're going to grab the Pandemonium grenade launcher for her there, because I think it's the most accurate one out of all of them, even if you customize, if I remember right.
I don't want to get caught up in a racket.
It is a bit expensive, but I mean, we'll make do. It is the most expensive one, or not most expensive, most accurate one, right? Yeah, out of all of them, it's the most accurate, I think. You can probably customize another one to be slightly more accurate, but I'm not 100% sure about that. I've never tried, to be honest. Well, that's it for that. Everybody's got all their melee and range weapons that they need. But now we can buy some armor for everybody there. Saizo's good, but the fluted guards, measure collar, and not hot 10 robe. Hot 10 robe is actually good. But the fluted guards, the rune dresses, and the measure collar aren't going to cut it for today. We need a little more defense. So we will buy, for the guys, we'll be buying Demon's Jackets. Nice defense and evasion increase, plus strength plus 3, so that's not bad for them. Let's buy that, sell the old fluted guard. Morgana will be getting a Nekomata coat. It's just there really just for the defense. Morgana really needs the help with defense because his endurance is so bad. So the measure collar is nice for its extra luck, but it just doesn't have the defense to really stand up to these end game enemies we're going to be fighting. So going to get rid of it. And Anne's got a Hot 10 robe already, but now he sells Hot 10 robes so that you can buy them. So we're going to buy one for Makoto and one for Haru there after we get a Demon's Jacket for Yusuke.
That's when you don't break it, okay?
So let's do that, and a Hot 10 robe for Haru. And that's it for ultimate equipment there. There are plus variations on all of the ultimate equipment in the game there, except for the Tantric Oath, obviously, because that's an itemized one. But there's, if you wash certain gear, like you can get certain gear that's like the CD gear almost, except it's something called something else. I forget what it's called exactly. But if you fixed up the computer and you got the black market shop there, you can buy gear that you can wash to make Demon's Jackets plus. You can wash them to get Nekomata Coat plus and Hot 10 Robe plus. I think what they do is they give a little bit extra defense and evasion, and they give you a little bit better of a stat boost. So they're good, but I just honestly didn't have the time to do it on this playthrough. We'll have more time to do it on the next, on New Game Plus there, I think, if I decide to go that far with New Game Plus. So, but we'll get there when we get there. For now, I think that's it for all of our endgame equipment. Yeah, that's it. So we don't need any accessories from UI. I guess we could check what he's got just to see. He's got all stats +1. I wonder if those ones with evade, they stack with the regular evade skills. But yeah, EY's accessories are never really all that good, to be honest with you. They don't really get good compared to like the adhesive, the SP adhesives and the regen patches. Those are just all around better usually for this. So, oh, and we could customize, by the way, here's the thing, you can't customize Nataraja there. We could customize the Pandemonium for Haru there, but if I customize it, granted it gives an extra amount of attack and a medium chance to confuse enemies, but the low accuracy really off-puts me from it, so I'm not going to bother. We'll just keep the regular old Pandemonium. It'll do well enough for us that way.
Come again.
I'll try UI, but I can't guarantee anything. That real quick. Do that. Before we head into the depths of Mementos there, I'm actually going to take just a really quick bathroom and refill water break. So give me 1 second. I will be right back, and then we will head into the depths. Yeah, Jeopardy theme, yeah. Alright, I am back. Honestly, I probably shouldn't even have bothered because I'm probably going to be ending this off in about 15 minutes anyway, but yeah, it's okay. Well, anyway, we need to pick a team to go inside with us there, so I'm going to be picking, because I think this team really works fairly well for most of the enemies we're going to find in here, but Morgana and Yusuke should work out fairly well for us, I think. Everybody's fully equipped, right? Let's see, we're good. Good there. Good there. Good there. Good there. Good there. Good there. And you don't need any equipment, so you're good. Okay, we are all set and ready to go. So let's head inside of the depths of Mementos there, go down to the bottom of Sherry Ruth, see if that door's open now.
Well then.
Hey, let's start partway in. Go all the way down. As far as I know, if you have requests to finish up in Mementos, you can still do them today. You just have to go to the different areas in Mementos there. Honestly, I've never gotten to this point in the game and had any left over, though, so I can't really say that 100% for sure. But let's go down here, see if that door is open for us now, that wall, rather. We could go back up, and I will be going back up in a little while, not just yet, but I will be going up in a little while for a specific enemy that I want to fight, but not just yet. We'll worry about that later. For now, the door is open now. And my phone is low on battery. Great. Yes, it is. What were you expecting them to roll out the red carpet, Ryuji? I mean, it's already red enough in here. Yeah, I think Yusuke's right on this. Let's get down there before they roll out the red carpet by, like, introducing enemies in the end areas or something like crazy like that.
For real?
Alright, what the hell? Yeah, it looks like we're on, like, the inside of a frickin' whale or something. Monstro, is that you? No, not in this game. Probably won't see him dead either, so... Oh yeah, those trains that have been running down Mementos are there, and it looks like there's people getting off of them too. So why were they trying to get here?
Don't tell me.
The depths. Oh yeah, it sort of does look like one of the doors, like those walls that we've been passing through at the end of each area, that is. Maybe the treasure is past the door. Well, let's go check it out. No time like the present, right? I mean, it's probably dangerous or a trap or something else, but I think we can handle it. We're strong enough at this point. Damn it. Why don't you ask it nicely, Ryuji? I mean, open sesame can probably work. Also, the door looks like it looked like it had a face before, now looks like it has an even angrier face. Oh. Well, I said open sesame. What did you expect? Probably. What's up? Oh, does it? Huh. Yeah, and what'd you find? Oh, huh. So does that mean once we go inside, we can't come back out? No, that's not what it means. You can come back in and out of Mementos as much as you want. At the depths of Mementos, that is. You can come in and out as much as you'd like. But the people that go inside of here cannot go in and out as much as they'd like, so that's what they're trying to say, is that everyone else locked in there. Us, when we just open this door, not locked in there. So it's sort of confusing, but apparently so. I wonder why. Well, only one way to find out. Yeah, we gotta get in there, so let's do this. Where did we end up? Oh my god. Look like feeding tubes or something. It kind of reminds me of the tubes that you see in the collector ships in Mass Effect 2, actually. Yeah, we've seen them on the walls and stuff in Mementos, so. That's true too. They kind of do remind you of like some sort of blood vessel, yeah.
No.
It would be veins, because veins are the ones where the oxidized blood is, so, and oxidized blood is red, so. I don't know, Anne, it does feel weird, doesn't it? Apparently a feeding tube to something, but I don't know what that something is. Getting a Matrix 5 here, yeah, it's not far off, Carbon, that's not far off. I ain't taking no red or blue pills, though. We're just gonna get down there, so. Right. Tremendous presence, huh? Perhaps the public's treasure is down there. We'll have to go see. Yeah, too late to have doubts now, Makoto. We're here already, so. Yeah, disturbing, but it is. It's a really cool little area for the final boss there. Into the depths we go. But yeah, as you can kind of see, I have to make sure the camera's not going to move on me. There are certain cells out there that are lit up, and the ones that are lit up seem to be connected to the various blood vessels that are pumping down into the depths there. Keep that in mind for later. It might actually come in handy to help explain what's going on here. But for now, we have no idea. It's just disturbing, brutal imagery that looks nasty, but we'll figure out what's going on. If you need to, you can go in and do fusion, strengthen, anything like that in the Velvet Room, but honestly, I think we're strong enough as we are. We'll go ahead and do this just like we are. And of course, the reason why I do that is, like I said before, because the first time I came here on my original file, I was like in the 70s for my level, so I, like 73 or something like that, I think it came in here as. And because I was such a high level, I ended up like insta-killing like half the enemies in the beginning of the palace, like only toward the very end of this area in the depths of Mementos. I say palace because it's essentially like one, but only in the very ending of the area when all the highest level enemies started popping up was I not insta-killing everything. So trying it without that that little handicap should make it a little more interesting, I think. So let's see what we can do. Head inside.
Come on, man.
Yeah, looks like they're all waiting to get in that door. Yeah. Maybe the door's locked?
Oh, this is...
Yeah. Now probably gotta find another way in. So you can go around the door, as you can see there. But let's try the door. Just go in the front by ourselves first. I mean, why not, right? It's a fancy lock mechanism you got there. But yeah, you can't get in the front door, so you gotta go to the side door. Well, the side window, really, but you know. Up we go. All that Phantom Thief acrobatics coming in handy again. Okay, well, wherever we are, we can jump down into it now, so. Well, it is the heart of all the distortion in all of Shibuya, Haru, so I mean, that's probably why. Right. That's the question, Anne, but we don't have an answer just yet. We'll have to find out. Can I get out from this side? No, it's not a shortcut. You have to go in and out the other way, so. That's okay, though. I don't plan on going out that often, so. There's bones? I don't see any bones. I mean, I do see a lot of blood pumping looking things and lit up lights and everything. I actually, to be honest with you, I get a sort of, I get the same vibe from this final dungeon as I do from the Remnant palaces, quote unquote palaces, in Mass Effect Andromeda. I wonder if they were like, they had the same idea for this place between those two games, so. It is interesting how they both came out around the same time and they both ended up having similar areas like this. Of course, here it's a little different.
What is this place?
For reasons we're about to find out. Is that a jail cell?
Are those chains on them?
Why are they chained up?
Is this a prison?
That's the impression I'm getting, but what?
Who's captured here?
The public, by the looks of things.
Technically speaking,
Still not played Andromeda. I'll be playing it eventually. It's probably going to be a little while, so. Well, yeah, that's true. It could be someone's shadow. So why are you guys here?
Come on, don't be out there and come on in.
Why? Exactly.
Open the cells, okay? I have no intention of leaving this place.
Well, how am I going to get in there if I don't open the cells?
They feel safe being here? What are you saying? You're being kept in a prison.
Yeah, aren't the conditions, like, miserable for you?
This reminds me of Kamoshida's castle. They're like the slaves we saw there.
Except these are actual shadows, right? Because this is the public's cognition. So these are the distortions of actual people instead of Kamoshida's cognitions of people.
That's right. This place is the best in the end.
Cam Clark, is that you? Probably is.
And the depths within is a system that grants desires.
What?
A system that grants Desires?
To whom, though? The prisoners? That's a little
Like that
strange.
exists? Here?
It's no use. I can't reason with these people.
Well, yeah, I mean, they are shadows, so...
They're truly distorted, just like the scenery here.
You end up searching for stuff or being troubled because you're outside the prison.
Well, that's called living, man. I'm not gonna live a lie like all of you.
There are things you don't need to know to live on.
I disagree.
He's right. Things like the details on the system. The locked quarantine cell.
Oh, there's a quarantine cell?
Quarantine? Who's locked in there?
Supposedly a great and truly dangerous criminal. But who would want to check a place like that?
Sounds like our destination, actually.
Come now, we don't have to chat like this. Why not come inside?
What are you gonna do, serve me some goddamn tea? I don't think so.
Huh? Mona?
What's up, Morgana?
Why are you out and about? Where are your restraints?
Uh-oh. We've been spotted!
Oh, crap.
Removing your restraints is not allowed.
Well, what if we didn't have restraints in the first place?
Outsiders must be eliminated.
Ah, shit. Oh, Melchizedek, why do your brothers gotta get in on all this, man? Come on. Can't you, like, tell them to fuck off?
Everyone, hang in there! Focus on the enemy in front of you!
Well, I can barely hear it, but here's the theme song that comes with the Catherine DLC there. It's good when it gets going. It just takes... that intro happens every time you get into a fight with it, so sometimes the fights don't even last long enough to get to the actual music part. It's good music, though. It's nice and fitting for this area, I think. It's very, like, heavy, almost. I don't really know how to describe it properly, I guess, but it's kind of heavy, I want to say, for the place that it's almost oppressive, I guess. Which makes sense considering where we are, you know what I mean? Anyway.
I lend it.
Oh, God. Well, that's gonna hurt. Or we're gonna dodge it. Nice. Nicely done there, Yusuke. Can't really hear it. Yeah, it is kind of quiet, unfortunately. Maybe I can turn it up. Hold on. There, I turned it up a little bit, so I don't know how much it's going to drown me out, but I don't think it should drown me out that much. I only turned it up a couple decibels, so... Anyway, these guys, like the regular Melchizedeks, are weak to wind, so Moloch, let's do this.
You're mine.
Right off their feet. Nice, Joker.
And Morgana, I think you've got some time, man. Time to shine.
Show your might, Mercurius.
Yeah, I think it's called Obelisk in the actual Catherine OST there. It's a good song. I really like it. It's very, like I said, it's kind of got that, like, again, I don't know how to describe it exactly, but it's kind of got that oppressive feeling to it. But it's still kind of hectic, too. It sort of makes sense considering where it plays in the game. It plays in one of the dream sequences where you're doing some of those puzzles where you have to react with, like, knee-jerk reactions. So it's a good song. I like it. Definitely different than some of the other songs they've used for the stuff. A lot of the other stuff they use is either upbeat or like rhythmic. This a little bit different, so. Well, yeah, I would have guards, wouldn't it?
Wait a sec. This is everyone's palace, right? Not like Kamoshida's castle.
Right.
Who's keeping these people here?
That's a good question.
Mona,
I mean, the prison warden?
I remember now. I've seen this place before.
Oh, huh.
Hold on, though. It wasn't open until we came here today.
So how did you get out?
Sorry. It's just a sense I'm getting. Still, it feels like I'm really close to remembering something important.
You know, coming in here was what you wanted from the beginning.
Maybe your memories are locked down here.
We just gotta keep moving on.
Yeah, if we keep going further in there.
On top of that, I'm curious to know who the ruler of this place is.
Yeah, that might give us a little bit of insight into how all of this is going down with this prison and
you're right.
people's hearts and everything being locked up.
Wait, what about these people?
Good question. What should we do with
Leave
them?
them be. They'll be taken care of if we erase mementos.
Well, that's true too.
Hey, it's dangerous to keep standing around here. Let's get going.
Okay, can do. So, we are inside of the depths of Mementos now. Now, the thing about the depths is that there are only a couple of save points in here, and they are very few and far in between. So, I kind of want to go to the next one, but I feel like it's going to be like a half an hour before I get there, and at that point we'll have been going for like 4 hours. So, we can do that on the next one. I'm going to actually head back. We're going to regroup. We're going to get ready, and on the next episode we're going to come back and see what we can do inside the depths of Mementos there. But let's go back to the entrance and heal up real quick first. And then as I'll show you in just a moment, once I get back over here real quick so I can save. But yeah, if you need to heal up, of course you have Caroline to do it for you here, so that helps out. Yeah, it's for my rehabilitation, I think, so. Oh, and then, of course, if you want to leave, like I said before, the door is completely open, so you could go right back to the Path of Eolith and then get out of here in order to go back up into Mementos. If you have any extra business to take care of, or if you want to go buy some supplies, whatever you want to do, you can, in fact, still do that. But what is lying in the depths of Mementos at the bottom of all of these blood vessels? Will Morgana regain his memories and his purpose in life? And why have we not maxed out the Full Confidant yet? Find out all of these things and more on the next episode of Persona 5, the Stream Edition. Probably won't be the finale, but I'll do the best that I can. In the meantime, thanks for watching, everybody. I appreciate you coming out to Twitch and YouTube to check out the stream, and I will see all of you on the next one, which will happen on Thursday. So take care until then, and have a good night.